Welcome, friends. Gonna have a fun time here at the Beaver Dam. Dude. I mean, as you can see from my squad arena, I think the Bane Cron might be a little broken. I showed this off during our member-only stream, but like, geez, it is wild how much this does. I've been able to take out every single Galactic Legend in Squad Arena with the Bane Cron and Darth Vader as my second. And that's just because... Oh, Mara, you dropped your bone. How dare you? That's just because I had, you know, a Relic 7 Darth Vader. If I had a Relic 7 other character, I'd put him with him. But, like, yeah, Bane with any Relic 7 wrecks every GL except for JMK. JMK have to throw in Synthesis Empire Trooper. In Grand Arena, when we get to Grand Arena, I don't think I'm going to need any specific Sith to kill every single Galactic Legend with this Datacron. Hey, Tara, welcome, welcome. But yeah, like, the only one I've struggled with is Jabba. Besides that, every single one has been crazy. I don't know how this is going to go, honestly. I don't know what this does. So, all resistance allies in Benzal gain foresight for 1 turn. Whenever Holdo loses taunt, all other resistance allies. So this could be a problem, but let's try it. Like, I'm 100% down to try this. My brain is just not working today. My mouth is moving faster than my brain, that's for sure. But yeah, this Bane Cron has been... It's in Bane, you know? It's in Bane in the membrane. Turn down my volume a bit. Yeah, so we'll just kind of pass around some ability blocks just for fun. Hey IDK, welcome, welcome. We're just showing off the Bane Cron right now. Like, ugh, so gross. Ugh. Does SLKR beat easily? Are you talking about with just the basic lineup? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's upset everyone's cooldowns again. Keep building up our health so we don't die to the ultimate. But yeah, so if you're looking at just the... Oh no! Anyways... Oh gosh. So, who SLKR kills off is mirror matches, Rey, Jabba, Lord Vader, and then you can beat Leia, but it's rough. Let's just... There goes Rey! That was a 300,000 hit! Gosh. Yeah, so C, if you put in SLKR with Wat Tambor, you can take C solo any day. Sith Eternal should be able to be taken out. Here, let me just look at the list of GLs, and I'm going to just point it out to you instead of trying to do it off my memory, because my ADHD gets to me when I think about things. I don't know why I hit allies. See, I'm telling you guys, I'm going crazy one step at a time. It's because of the Holdo Cron deep. So Galactic Legends. So SLKR can mirror match. He can kill Rey. He can kill C. He can kill Lord Vader, and he can kill Jabba. And then he has a chance of killing Leia, and then he can't really kill JMK or JML without a different team. So. Heck yeah, IDK, that's what I like to hear. Time for that SLKR. But yeah, and so for Leia, JML, and JMK, they're the ones that you kind of want something different. The rest of them, though, can be taken out by the traditional SLKR. This is the one scary one we've been running into, is Sith Eternal. And so let's try Sith Eternal with this. Okay, you're unlocking him tonight. Dude, oh. I'm going Relic 8 SLKR. Oh, heck yeah, dude. But yeah, overall, I mean, he does a lot of work. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have hit Merciless Massacre, I'm going to be honest. And they just broke their own link. And there they go. This Bane Cron is so stupid. Just finish him. Poof. And they're gone. Yeah, sure. Let's jump in on this Leia. That looks like a pretty beefy Leia team. Ooh, a Jin Cron. I've never seen a Jin Cron. I don't even know what this does. Yeah, Larry is laying down some heat. We are living like Larry today, dude. Just plowing through this team, dude. ADP coming in at the 231, trying to round out our Relic 9 Jar Jar Tip Jar. Love that. Ooh, we actually might lose this. They're full focusing. I'm impressed. Let's see. He's ability blocked. Let's get an ability block on you. Yeah, just kill yourself off. Get everyone to assist. Really? Nothing? Okay. Well. Yeah, no, we're gonna win this. Oh, gosh. I genuinely don't know if he has his Zeta or not. We don't have people die off very easily is the problem. It's like, it's hard to check. Looks like he did, yeah, he just got 100% turn meter, so yeah, it looks like it. Holy crap, he hit so hard. Holy crap. Bring in Set, then Stormtrooper? Oh, Sith Trooper. I mean, I'm not bringing in Sith Trooper. This is the Datacron ADP. Not this one. This is the Datacron. You summon a Sith Trooper every time. And so he just keeps taking hits and respawning. Yeah, so he's just disappeared, and then as soon as we get another turn... Come on. Give me another turn. Or not. Okay. Yeah, this Datacron's putting in some work. I've had zero problems with any Leia team. Okay, so there we go. We're back up, and we have our Larry back. So, there's ADP's dono. And so, there goes Larry once again, buffing up our stuff once again. Let's go ahead and kill Drogon permanently. Oh, you're fine, ADP. Oh, I can't get through damage immunity, so... Jin. Holy crap. Almost all of her health. Holy shiz, dude. Sure, let's just siphon from you. That's why you need a whoops emoji. Exactly. And everyone... Oh, I'm surprised everyone didn't die. How are they at, like, 1 health right there? That was insane. And we're right back to where we were. You're never coming back. Congratulations. Hit Leia or dodge. Okay, that works too. Yes, he is in Bane, if you will, madness. Oh, are we actually going to lose him? Impressive. Impressive. Yeah, so it looks like that Cron puts in a ton of work. What does it even do? Like, okay, so we have the protection Cron. That's what saved their lives right there. And then whenever rebel fighters grant a buff to another ally, ally gains 10% turn meter. Okay. Critically hits, Jin Urso gains 10% crit damage, defense, penetration, offense, stacking to 200%. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm impressed. That was solid. Insane in the Membane, exactly. Oh, dude, I am loving what you can do with this. We're just for fun, we're gonna do this one. So we, instead of running Darth Vader, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run Set. And let's see if we can get this to work. So how it should work is Obi-Wan does his, and then from there we just basically get Set insta-killed. Yep, there we go. And then from here we just start working. So we're not going to open up with the other one because we want to clear off all the foresight first. Hey, Anakin Lavacrawler, welcome, welcome. 2 Larrys. On this one, we have to have a pre-taunting tank. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. So we don't have any of the stuff here anymore. So we can now hit this and start siphoning from General Kenobi, as well as getting rid of people's cooldowns. Ooh, are we going to lose this one? Nope. Let's do it again. And we're back. Oh gosh, this Datacron's so stupid, guys. Yeah, let's just... We just hit the savior. Oh gosh. Yeah, siphon from... Do you see how low Kenobi's health is? He has 1 bar. Like... General Kenobi has 1 bar of health, guys. Oh my gosh. Let's siphon from Commander Ahsoka Tano this time. And now Commander Ahsoka Tano is like completely out of health. Let's go for Ahsoka Tano. And now Ahsoka Tano's dead. Oh gosh. Gas is next. And he's down to 1 bar. Hit him again, tube sock. All of his protection up is gone. That was a 1,140,000 damage hit. Oh gosh, it's gorgeous. Bane. The bane of every team right now. My Datacron, I'll show you this. So I rolled this and I was like absolutely amazing. Like I literally only had to do, I think, 1 reroll, 2 rerolls right here, and I got this. I was actually going for a different Cron at the time, and this popped up. I was like, oh, let's see if I can get a Bane Cron, and then I got the Bane Cron. I was like, yes! And so I have the first time each dark side ally is defeated, remaining dark side allies gain 15% offense at 20 speed. And so the reason this is so good with this is because the first ally that you have, Darth Vader, whoever it is, they die and you get that bonus, but then each summon counts as a new unit, and so you get this bonus again and again and again. And then bonus mechanics for Sith. At the start of their turn, Sith allies can ignore taunt. Not really a big deal, but then whenever a Sith ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, they also deal 5% health damage to that enemy, which can't be evaded. This damage can't defeat enemies. So we just increase some damage, basically. You got some solid offense, health, protection, health steal, offense. And then at the start of Darth Bane's turn, all enemies gain accuracy up, advantage, health steal up for 1 turn until they receive damage, and summon a Sith Trooper in the allied slot if it is available. And if there are no other Sith Trooper allies, Darth Bane gains a stack of Siphon whenever he is critically hit, which is basically every time he's hit at this point because of that advantage gifted to the enemies. Whenever Darth Bane uses Essence of Dominance, also Siphon critical damage. Deceived enemies deal 25% reduced damage to Darth Bane. So it's amazing, guys. Does so much. First order Datacron? Oh yeah, there was a first order Datacron a long time ago. It was the second set of Datacrons, I believe. And I got one for SLKR, and it made my SLKR just absolutely bumping for a solid 3 months. No, you can't have Larry's. Level 9 reroll mats, yeah, they're from Conquest. Also, Apple E, welcome. Do we have a member that can drop us a General Kenobi for Apple E? He's so getting nerfed. We'll see. Yeah, but it's Territory War, not Conquest. I don't know if I said that. I mixed that up. Territory War, not Conquest. In fact, you can go there. Larry, Eternal Emperor. If you get crate before gold, can you unlock Padme? Yes, Johnny, as long as you are buying every instance of her throughout all the stores. So. Where's my... Go full send on Datacron farming? I mean, Datacrons are helpful, so if you have the teams... I always suggest, like right now, I think everyone with a Lightspeed bundle should be going for at least one level 9 Datacron, trying to get a Resistance Datacron, even a level 6 Datacron, if that's all you can afford. The level 6 Resistance ones are really, really solid, so I highly suggest at least going in that far. I don't know if I would say go all in, but as you can see right here, it does say Territory War is one of the ways that you can get it. Hey Shush, welcome. I'm going to stop by trying to start Datacron farming. I'm on hard only just now at 64. Next time I'll do it hard. Been unlocked then normal to finish quicker. And, okay. Question. Is anyone in chat doing normal conquest? Because if someone's doing normal conquest, I would love to see if there's a difference between how many you're getting for Datacron farms. So, should you relic Zori up for it? I typically don't say ever relic a character just for a Datacron, unless they're a character you already want. Zori's one of those characters, so if you can fit it into your farming plan, I'd say it's probably a good idea. Is it this one? Breakdown Mark III? But yeah, dude, IDK, you're not wrong. Jedi Knight Luke hits hard any gear level that you're at. Yeah, this is the Mark III, so you only get a little bit of them for Territory Wars, but it's the only way to really get them. Well, extra energy it takes per battle means every 3 battles I did on hard, I could have done another battle on normal. Yeah, you're not wrong, but if there's a big discrepancy, Madness, you're doing hard. Is there anyone doing normal currently on Conquest? We all need more Kairos, IDK. And IDK where to find them either. Okay, Death Deep, I want you to go into Conquest and go to Sector, we'll say Sector 3 if you have it unlocked. If not, we'll go Sector 2. But go to Sector 3, and I want you to just tell me what's in these 2 boxes. So this one is 10 to 20 for me, and this one is 5 to 20. Can you tell me how much they are on your screen, Death Deep? If you haven't gotten this far, we can check Sector 2, but, you know, whichever one you have unlocked. I prefer Sector 3 just because it's a good baseline, but... Yes, Juan Sanchez, you are correct, but we're talking about Datacron farming specifically. Heck yeah, Shush, that's what I like to hear. 5 GLs in 1 year? Holy crap. Hey, Castiel, welcome, welcome. Do we got a General Kenobi in the chat for him? I'm getting real close. We might be having a Keller and Beck Cron soon, guys. I am incredibly close. Let's see. Where's my... Yeah, so we pulled this Cron, and obviously this isn't a Keller and Beck Cron. So it's kind of sad. Oh, that's so sad, I think, in the Lava Crawler. Thank you, ADP, for getting in there. But this might be a Keller and Beck Cron. We have the perfect rolls for a Keller and Beck Cron, except for the protection, obviously. But even if I just get a level 9 roll without the protection, I'm 100% fine with that. Because that's still a ton of offense on Keller and Beck, and I think we'll be good. But yeah, we're so close. I'm hoping tonight I will get enough to be able to get ourselves another level 9 Datacron, and maybe we'll get our Keller and Beck Cron. So, yeah, ADP, I wish I could afford the rerolls, but the rerolls are so freaking expensive. Like, I already had to reroll the level 6 mechanic a couple times, and so, like, it's just so much to reroll these. Like, these, you know, yeah, I can reroll them for protection, no problem. I'm not gonna, you know, worry too much, but still, that's still 80 of those to just reroll these. So... I don't know. It's difficult for me to say. Mark 1, 10 to 15, the other boxes. Okay, so you're looking at Sector 2. Let's take a look. So 10 to 15 Mark 1s and 37 to 64 crystals, or credits. $10 to $20 instead of 10 to 15, and 37 to 90. So it looks like the baseline is the same, but the cap is higher. So yeah, I would say if you're really worried about farming Datacron's madness, you could definitely drop down and farm probably more through normal. You're just losing out on other things that are, you know, just as important. So I'll leave it up to you. I'm not going to encourage you to do it one way or the other. But if you're really worried about Datacrons, you 100% could. It looks like it would be a good idea. So. Oh, I don't even know what the Kit Fisto one does, honestly. Let's take a look. Gosh, I have a 1 in 5 chance of this working. I hate those odds. Okay. We're looking at Kit Fisto. 100% health steal at the start of the battle. Grant guard to all other Galactic Republic Jedi allies until Kit Fisto is defeated. Kit Fisto and all allies with guard have 100% accuracy. Have their health and protection equalized. Is it just me, or are you guys terrified that Dodge Crons are coming up next? Because there's so much accuracy in these sets. And I'm like, why is there accuracy? Please, no. Anyways, have their health and protection equalized at the start of each ally's turn. That is disgusting. Whenever Kit Fisto attacks out of turn, he recovers 20% health and protection and lowers the cooldown of Turn the Tide by 1. Whenever Kit Fisto uses a special ability, all Galactic Republic allies Jedi gain retribution for 2 turns. When he uses his basic ability, dispel all buffs on target enemy. Holy crap. Okay, hey Swigo, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this would make JMK really beefy. Yeah, like that is disgusting. Okay. I can see why you'd go for one. What is this one that I'm working on right now? Oh yeah, this is going to be my Resistance Cron that I'm hoping for. Unfortunately, I don't want to spend crystals on this. Yeah, because that's the only way to get these is to spend crystals. I think mostly just for this set. Plans are hard, normal. Okay. Hard is better than the last one on normal. I only need hard next round because of the bench charts. Fair. That one will go hard on a Kelleran team. Yeah, this one will be, like, this is the mechanic we want for either Kelleran Beck or for Resistance. It's just the fact that I already have, you know, a Kelleran Beck Cron that's, like, kind of waiting in the sidelines. So we'll see if we get a Kelleran Beck here. That one might become a Resistance Cron, or it might become a second Kelleran Beck Cron. So your Kit Fisto's Gear 1 level 1. In Squad Arena. So I wish I had a video of Bane beating Ray with a revived Datacron in Squad Arena. Dude, the Bane Cron is so unbelievably disgusting that I think it'll kill any version of, like, any of these, like, at all. Period. We don't know, Death Deep. We'll get the Gungan tomorrow. Today's Monday. We'll get him on Thursday. And so we have 3 days before we can do anything with the Gungan. I haven't looked at his kit. In fact, I was waiting to this stream to look at his kit. So we'll go through his kit. Where's our news channel? Yeah, like, if we get... we're just looking for a Kelleran Beck Cron. Honestly, my Resistance could use one of these Crons, regardless of what we roll. Like, even... So, hold on. Let's go back. Even if I were just to have this Cron on our Ray team, just this ability right here is going to be huge for our Ray team. So I'm not really worried about getting a Ray team Cron immediately. So, oh yeah, Dr. J, I'll be here for the next probably 2.5 hours. That's kind of the time that I've set aside. So I'll be here for another 2.5 hours. Oh no, knocked over something. Yeah, so let's I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. And then we will just start going through this guy's kit. I haven't read any of it, so gonna have some fun. My boss would be so proud of me. I'm drinking Mountain Dew today. Kelleran teams are starting with 42 stacks of Padawan lessons. The Datacron. It's disgusting, dude. Okay, the Gungan Boombadier. Let's take a look at this guy's kit. I was really hoping that we'd get the Gungan Phalanx next. And the reason that I wanted the Gungan Phalanx first is because the big problem we've been running into with the Gungans is that they can't protect their shield generator. If they have their shield generator, they're doing great. If they lose it, they get screwed. So I was hoping for the tank next, but it looks like we're doing the tank last, which is a little unfortunate. But we do now have a 3v3 team. And so if we start working on these guys, we'll have a 3v3 team for ourselves. Quick side update. I am almost done with my guild farms. To a certain degree, you know, you want to get them to Relic 7. But I'm getting my last Inquisitor to Relic 5 here in the next couple of days. And so then after that, we'll be able to start putting some Chirotechs into our Gungans. And so exciting stuff coming for our Gungans. We are going to start getting them up. I feel like I shouldn't be saving my crystals at 5k. Well, I was saving them for Executor, but I'm like months away from that because I'm still working on my CLS. Oof. But I mean, still, saving crystals is never a bad thing. That's 20% offense per stack. Yeah, although most of the time you're going to be facing, on defense, they'll be facing a GL. Every single time that I've thrown Territory War on defense, he always gets one shot. I'm like, they have to be throwing a GL at this. There's no way that they're not. Okay, so key attributes. Add plasma shielding to the shield generator, which is super nice. Damage is amplified when attacking enemies who have been debuffed by Tarpals and Boss Nass. Okay, so kind of similar to the Sith Marauder, which is what we were kind of expecting for this character. The Horn of Otogunga gives Gungan Boombadier Frenzy and another Gungan ally bonus turn. That is bananas, dude. Are you kidding me? You're just like, oh yeah, we'll give this guy 100% turn meter if someone else takes a turn, and then we'll give this guy a turn, so it gives him 100% turn meter. Oh, that's insane. Hey, Dark Ice, welcome, welcome. I'm doing good. Yeah, mine's not set in the front row either. Mine's set, never mind, I'm not gonna say it, because I need to preserve my territory wars for my guild. My bad. I will tell you it's not on the front wall. While the shield generator is up, any special ability that Gungan Boombadier, we're just gonna call him the Boomer from here on out, uses will provide him with stacking defense penetration and offense. They've been loving this stacking defense penetration. Surprisingly, this is becoming more and more of a thing. I wonder if they're just trying to like balance out the datacrons they put out or something. When figuring out who the Gungans in the squad would include, we took the concept of Gungans Militia Gung and broke it out into both the shield bearing phalanx and the unit we're talking about today. Yeah, so what they're referencing here is, let's see if we can see if we can find a picture. It's a really poor picture. But yeah, so you had this front phalanx formation, then you had people in the back that had the boomas, and they would fling them into battle. I'm not sure if I can find a really good picture for this. Yeah, all of these are really low quality. But that's the idea that they're pulling from, is separating them into those two sides, so... Are you playing Galaxy Heroes? I saw the thumbnail. My recommendation. I thought I'd join. Yeah. So this is a Galaxy Heroes channel. Right now, we're going through the kit reveal for the new character. So we're looking through. We're peeping the new Gungan's kid. Yeah. Madness. You're gonna get arrested. But yeah. So this is a Galaxy of Heroes channel with a hint of other Star Wars just for fun, because I love Star Wars with all my heart. Hi, Mara. In fact, my dog here is named Mara after Mara Jade. Here, come say hi. Come here. Right here. Climb. Hey, poopers. Hey. Hi there, poopers. Oh. Okay. We have Mara here now. Okay, so, let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, they were talking about inspirations. We wanted to include iconic Horn of Otogunga in... Yes, Otogungan. In the squad somewhere, and it felt right home here on the Boombadier, on Mr. Boomer here. Okay, best when used with all Gungans, obviously. Speed and crit chance are solid mods to look at, okay. Where Boombadier goes, internal will benefit your damage output. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, is he gonna be the character you want the fastest? Because you take first turn with him, and then you pass the bonus turn to someone else with Frenzy. So, I'm trying to think how I would do this. I'd have to reread the kits, but I'm guessing you'd want him to take first turn, you'd pass it over to like Boss Nass, pull out a whole bunch of debuffs, and then have him come in and deal a whole bunch of damage based off of the debuffs. So, your Stormtrooper loadout? What are you doing with Stormtrooper? I need to go and remod my, like, base troopers anyways, so. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what ADP said. When is Gungan Boombadier available? Thursday. Surprising. That's kind of always how it is. Yeah, Appley, it's painful. Okay, let's see. Does his marquee have daily rewards? Sweet. Okay, you're getting antsy. I get it. I love you. I love you with all my heart. Mwah. Good poopers. Boys are good poopers, huh? I hate you. Yes, you are. Okay, we're gonna get you down. Down. Jotty. Good girl. Even my commands, half of them are in Mandalorian for her. How do you beat the Jawas? It's not about beating them, it's about surviving. Death Deep, remind me in like... As soon as we finish this kit reveal, remind me and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah. It's a raid Omicron. Who cares? It better be worth 10 Omicrons. The amount of Omicrons for the first time reward for Tier 7 has been up from 2 to 4 to account for the needing of all Relic 5 Gungans. Okay. Is now 11 a.m. Oh. Oh. They changed it so we get one less marquee. Because it was at midnight, we were getting one extra set of shards. But now it's one less. That's a bummer. Okay. Catch this is his basic, and he just flings a Booma. Deal physical damage to target enemy. The damage is tripled if the... I feel like we need to get a song in here while reading this. Let's get our Jar Jar Binks song in here just for fun. Okay. So deal physical damage to target enemy. The damage is tripled if the enemy is shocked. Okay, so hitting multiple makes sense. Deal physical damage to target enemy. Deal additional instance of damage for each offense down and defense down, healing down, and speed down present on target enemy. Okay, so it deals physical damage to target enemy, then deals additional to that enemy, and then always deal 5 instances of damage to separatist allies. Remove 1 stack of recharge from the shield generator per instance of damage. Okay. Wow, so yeah, he can get the shield generator turns very quickly. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict ability block for 1 turn. Separatist allies are inflected with protection disruption for 2 turns. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Remove 3 stacks of recharge from allied shield generator. It gets 2 stacks of plasma shielding. That's so helpful. Okay. Swap turn meter with target other Gungan ally. Boombadier gets frenzy for 1 turn. Target other ally gains accuracy up. Unique 1. Oh my gosh, yes. I love his art so much. They're always so great. I'm saving that right now. That's going on our thumbnail 100%. Whenever, so while an ally shield generator, sorry, go back to the beginning. Start of the battle, Gungan Boombadier loses 75% health, gains that much protection, makes sense. Gungan Boombadier has 30% defense penetration and offense. While allied shield generator is active, enemies defeated by Gungan's attackers can't be revived. An anti-revive mechanic. Interesting. I wonder what Gungans and Queen Amidala are going to be to each other. I wonder if they'll counter each other at all. That's just off the top of my head. This isn't actually pertaining to that, but it's just interesting to think about. Whenever Gungan Boombadier uses a special ability, they gain 5% defense penetration. Offense stacking persists through his defeat for the rest of the battle. Jeez. Whenever he uses a special ability. So it's only him gaining, meaning this is referencing that there's going to be some kind of revive mechanic among the Gungans. I'm guessing it's going to have to do with Jar Jar. While Gungan ally has retribution, they are immune to target lock. Okay. Oh gosh, just more anti-Grievous synergy. Yeah, exactly, ADP. But yeah, so it looks like they're referencing that there's going to be some type of revive mechanic among them. Yeah. I'm looking at the, yeah, there might be some type of stat sharing, but I feel like it has to be a revive mechanic, honestly. But this kit, you can tell it's a very basic kit. You know, Tarples as well as Boss Nass had a lot in their kit. Like, they had, you know, every single ability has something if the shield generator is up, whereas this one only has something if in the unique for when the shield generator is up. So you can tell that this is supposed to be like a Sith Marauder, where it's someone who's a great support and damage dealer for the team, but he's not meant to be, like, carrying anything by himself. So, does every team need a revive mechanic? Apparently. I mean, hey, the thing is with Bane, prevents it, so I don't care. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, it looks like a cool kit. It doesn't look like anything too crazy. It just looks like a really hard-hitting character. Interesting, the ideas that the passing the turn over, what that's going to do to the order of what the team will want. So very, very interested. Absolutely Death Deep, I agree. I think the Tri-Fighter has been slept on for way too long. Is this the original concept art? Oh, great. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I don't think there's much, like, questions I have about this character besides, like, the are we getting a revive mechanic kind of thing. So, really cool character. Okay, Death Deep. Sounds good. Dark Ice, there is a section called roster reviews. You can go and throw your allied code there, your current farm, previous farm, favorite team, and I will get to you in the lineup. I will put really quick, just because we're gonna be doing some roster reviews today, a lot of roster reviews, hopefully. Let me throw in my overall message. Yeah, any kind of, like, massive battle is usually my favorite thing about a Star Wars movie. And it's the reason that Star Wars Episode 1 for me was, like, by far one of my favorite Star Wars movies as a kid, was just because of that. Yes, welcome to the Beaver Dam, Dark Ice. Absolutely. Welcome, welcome. Like, dude, I was rewatching Rogue One while I was trying out the... So, sorry, this is gonna be... like ADHD jumping really quick. I was playing Star Wars Unlimited, the new Star Wars trading card game, and I was testing out my new decks. I have 3 decks, and so I wanted to test out them with their upgrades. And so I was testing out that with my roommate, and so while we were testing it, I watched Rogue One in the background. And I was watching Rogue One, I'm like, oh, I forgot how much I love this movie, especially because it has the same feeling as that, like, the Episode 5 Echo Base kind of battle, where it's just huge and awesome, and I love it. I have not seen how bad the Acolyte trailer was getting ratioed. I will bring something up for you. Also true, ADP. Okay, there we go. We have our stuff on our roster reviews pinned to the top, so you guys should all be able to see it now. It looks alright. I'm worried about the choreography. For those of you who are members, I did watch it live with our members, so if you're looking to see my reaction to it, consider becoming a member today. You also get a lot of little fun side things. But yeah, I haven't seen the hate for it, but let's pull up this meme that I threw into our channel. Average conversation between Star Wars fans when anything is released. You don't like anything. True. Like, it's, yeah, no matter what, things are going to, people will always complain about stuff. And yes, I I do have my problems with the choreography, but everything else, I mean, I'm excited for the idea, for the concept of it. Especially if they're going with the idea of like a fallen Jedi kind of thing, which is what I'm hoping for. So, okay, if you guys want a really cool book to read, one of the books I read as a kid that I really enjoyed, and I say kid lightly because I was reading, you know, large books by 3rd grade, and so I say as a kid lightly. It is not a kid's book. There's a set of books called Allegiance, I think is the first one, Allegiances, and the second one is called Choices of One, I believe, and those are the 2 books. They're old canon. They're written by Timothy Zahn, the guy who wrote the Thrawn trilogy. They have brief little like stints where they go from Thrawn's perspective during the Empire, which is kind of cool. It is old canon. And then it also has Mara Jade as one of the main characters during her time in the Empire. But the main perspective and characters is a rogue set of stormtroopers who are going around trying to help people. And I really enjoyed it. But yeah, little side thing. The one alien that can't close his eyes. I think there's a solid reason for anyone hating for anything, but the fact that people aren't willing to give any benefit of the doubt is kind of sad nowadays. And I get where they're coming from, because I gave up hope after Kenobi. Kenobi was the one that broke me, where I had to take some time and look at Star Wars and be like, do I want to get into Andor? Do I really want to start up a new Star Wars show that's just going to be crapping on the characters that I love and, you know, doing something that I don't enjoy whatsoever? But Andor gave me hope, and I try to keep that hope. So I can understand hate to a certain degree, but, you know, if hate ever devolves into bullying, and if it ever devolves into trying to get something canceled just because you didn't like how something looked in a trailer, I think it's kind of dumb. So honestly, there was one that I saw, which was the whole idea of having another writer who has never watched Star Wars, and people keep hating on that. And I'm like, dude, I think that is the greatest decision I've ever heard. Is to, yes, have Star Wars fans working on the project, but have someone who's not a Star Wars fan to be able to be like, yeah, so this is how a story is normally written. And you can have that pushback to be able to find a good middle ground between just trying to make a good Star Wars story and trying to make a good story in general. And so I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, Andor did the same thing, and you see how that turned out. So, hey, Jack, welcome. I want to say, is that Snack Attack? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be brought up multiple times. But yeah, I don't have a lot of thoughts, and I'm not really looking into it. I don't like to spoil things for myself. I like to make guesses, but I don't like to spoil things for myself. And also, I like to try to maintain hope. But yeah, so these Jawas are really annoying. I did this far on my free-to-play just because I did Savage solo. And it's because eventually they lose all ability to kill you. And they just sit there and do nothing. And so if you have a Kylo Ren unmasked, anything like that, they can basically solo this because they just take 0 damage from the thermal detonators, and you're sitting there just waiting for the damage over times to keep stacking and kill off the Jawas. And so like it's really not bad. It's not fun, but it's not bad either. Yes, I saw Death Deep, the guy who can't close his eyes. I've seen all the memes. Like, we can actually try it right now. So let's have some fun with this. Let's just put in Kylo Ren unmasked by himself. So Kylo Ren unmasked, and then we will give him. We'll not give him anyone, just in case you don't have Wat Tambor. I was gonna give him Wat Tambor. So Yeah, the trailer looks cool. Like, I don't have any problems with the trailer. It seems like a lot of people are having problems with the just what's happening with it. But I haven't seen much, honestly. So let's see if we can actually pull this off with just him. It'll be entertaining to kind of see. I haven't tried this at all. I just know that it's mostly just waiting out the timer. I'm not even going to bother. I want them to take as many turns as they can. Throw the bomb. Yeah. We're just going to hit auto basic and just see if it does. OG Kylo's had a crew. I mean, is there any reason to? Most people will have crew over OG Kylo. And most people don't have the Zeta for crew or for OG Kylo right now. And so I'd rather show something that's a little bit more likely for people to have, which almost everyone has the leader Zeta because a lot of people are watching my videos, and so they end up with the leader Zeta regardless. So, like, already we're almost down one person. Yeah. Yeah, I would say I would agree with you. Like, seeing the trailer gave me a lot of hope. Where's that healing immunity coming from? Close, but we're good. Yeah, so right there, we just, yeah. And so you just completed the battle, so you at least have a solid crate right there with just a Kylo, and that Kylo is just the normal Kylo that I have for the SLKR journey. I haven't increased his relic levels at all since then. So, if you want to, you know, attack out of turn more, you can throw OG Kylo in and see if you can get the Retribution to work. Obviously, the Ewoks is going to be a nightmare, and I don't plan on ever trying it. But you can win with no battles with no tanks with OG Kylo, especially if you have the Zeta. Let's see, where is he? Yeah, with the Zeta, this should be zero problems because we can just keep regenning everything. Not in the ally code chat. Here, I'll bring it over. There is a chat right here. It is labeled roster reviews. And so you're going to look for this chat right here and then put it right here. And so each time I say start, so that way I know where to start. So I'm not accidentally doing people from previous streams. And it's just the people that are here. And so you just type in your ally code and kind of tell me what you're working on. Yeah, I 100% agree, Madness. I want more Space Wizards. Gonna be honest, I'm kind of worried about this battle. Yeah, he's taking way too much damage. And that healing immunity is killing me. Yeah. Honestly, if you're gonna go for that, I feel like you need something else. Hedgehog with the something. Thank you for the, what is that? Sorry, my screen's a little fuzzy. $5. Sounds good. We will get to you first. Farming for Bo and JKCK. Sweet. We will take a look at your account first, buddy. Yeah, it works better in GAC. There's just too much damage here. Malik would probably do it, maybe. Let's take a look at Malik really quick. I think Malik could probably do this. Oh, whoops. Who is giving healing immunity? I actually don't know. Let's pay attention for a second. Okay, no healing immunity so far. Okay, no healing immunity so far. There's Hedgehog with the switch. Thank you for the $5, my friend. Still not seeing any healing immunity. Who is it? There it is. It's Scavenger. Yeah, we're just doing the Galactic Challenge of just showing, you know, if you guys are struggling with this and you want to just at least get some stuff, you can solo this with Kylo Ren Unmasked, solo it with Malik, so... Yeah, I think that... Okay, so as much as people may say, hey, I don't like where they're going with Acolyte, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like the other thing, I love the fact that they are taking a step away from episode 1 through 9. They're putting something far away from everything, and I love that idea, because Star Wars The Old Republic, you know, Knights of the Old Republic, all that kind of stuff was some of my favorite Star Wars content. One of my favorite Star Wars book I ever read was called, I think, Star Wars Into the Void, and it took place 23,000 years before the movies, and I loved that. Like, I want more Star Wars content without it having to, like, be in these little boundaries, so. Okay, Dark Eye, so you're definitely, you're a PP roster, is what we call it. So, passion projects. So, it's fine to have a little PP. We all have a little PP. I do love PP rosters. Like... That's the thing that I love about Acolyte, is the idea that they're going far enough in the past that we can basically, they can do what they want. And I'm fine with that. Do what you want and I will watch it. Don't give me another Kenobi show. Don't give me a Boba Fett show. Don't give me a Jango Fett show. Because I know you're going to ruin what's happened in the old canon. Give me something that's completely unrelated, and we can judge its merits just based off of how well you did on a show. And with that in mind, I love the idea of having two different writer styles, of having someone who's never watched Star Wars and having people that have watched Star Wars. So, anyways. Ryan Richter coming in with the 269. No chat, surprisingly, but coming in to make it off balance to see if ADP will rise to the occasion and get annoyed. Yeah, it's how I have to act. Hello, my brother's much better at it than I am. I struggle to see a difference, and like kind of separate the two in my head, because I don't know, they ruined some of my favorite things. Like, I was never more upset at George Lucas than in season 2 of Clone Wars, when Mandalorians were all pacifists and they said that Jango Fett was not a Mandalorian. I wanted to throw hands so hard. Like, yes, you are correct, Jack. There's Ryan Richter's dono. Jack, I do understand 100% why people are worried about that, but the fact that it's called Acolyte, I think, pushes towards less of the Sith being a thing, and more of it being kind of, who is it, Exar Kun, was it? That was a Jedi that turned into a Sith. They were, you know, they fell from the Jedi. Because I do like that idea of people falling from the Jedi, because it's not like, you know, there's not going to be anyone that falls from the Jedi. Even in the old canon, there was 3 Jedi that fell to the dark side, and Yoda was one of the ones that hunted the 3 down. And that's how he knew about Dagobah. On Dagobah is where he had killed the Dark Jedi, and it had caused an influx of dark power, which he was able then to hide there next to it, and that's what caused the dark side cave on Dagobah. And so, like, even in the old canon, we had Jedi falling to the dark side pre episode 1, but post Bane. So, like, I don't think I'm super worried about that because of that kind of idea of people falling from the Jedi. So Yeah, ADP fair. I think that a lot of media nowadays have fallen prey to that idea of getting rid of morality and looking at things through a lens of moral relativity. But you look at all of media up until recent years, and everything was very clear. It's always a battle between evil and good, light and dark. And yeah, it does worry me a little bit. But sorry, I'm getting off topic, and we're gonna be sitting here talking about this forever. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dark Ice. Like, I'm not gonna yuck people's yums. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to yuck people's yums, Dark Ice. I will fight anyone that tells me that Episode 9 was a good movie or their favorite Star Wars movie. Unless they're under the age of 12, I will fight you. Because from a movie standpoint and from just a standpoint in general, it's a terrible movie. Like Star Wars fan or non-Star Wars fan, it was an awful movie. But regardless of that, like, my brother is one of the people that thinks Episode 8 is one of the best Star Wars movies. I heavily disagree, but I can understand where he's coming from, and I'm not going to yuck his yums. I'm going to tell him I disagree with the simple fact of the 30 minutes wasted on Rose and Finn that ended in nothing. But honestly, the movie's done really well, and there's a lot of really cool things in it, and so I can understand why you would love this movie. So I'm not going to yuck people's yums. It's painful when someone takes my childhood and just, oh, look at this childhood. It's beautiful. That's what bothers me. So. Exactly. I'm happy for people who can, do their own thing. And, like, yeah, maybe you loved Rise of Skywalker for personal reasons. Maybe you're a kid, and as you grow up, it's going to be your nostalgia movie. Episode 2 was that for me, and I fought for a long time thinking Episode 2 was good. Now, being an adult, I've rewatched it, and I'm like, okay, it's just the nostalgia talking. This isn't that great of a movie. But, like, people can love Star Wars Episode 2. People can love Star Wars Episode 9. It's fine. So. Yeah, Lefty Roper, you're not wrong. The new Datacron for the Resistance is really good. Although, it won't counter Bane. Bane will just murder the whole team. Rebels is king. Long live Kanan. Dude. Oh, I still go back and watch Jedi Knight. That episode is literally one of my favorite episodes of anything animated. Madness, show up to my house. We'll fight it out. Yeah, if they can make Episode 9 enjoyable for kids, I'm happy for it, mostly for the reason that it gets people into Star Wars. Because more than anything, I want people into Star Wars. I want people I can talk to about Star Wars. I want people that I can share my passion with. It doesn't have to be the same type of passion. It just has to be we both love this thing. We can talk about it. We can nerd out. I can sit here and tell you that I almost cried. I probably did cry. I don't actually remember. You'd have to ask my sister who watched the movie with me. Either got close or I did cry during the scene with Han Solo and Kylo Ren in Episode 9. It was fantastic. I loved the flipping. I love every time they flip anything in any show that I'm watching. But I loved the idea of just flipping the scene from Episode 7 and giving it different responses and seeing how that played out. And I love that idea. It was beautiful. So... I'll have to take a look, Madness. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers when it comes to Star Wars, just because a lot of them say unfounded things or just use Wikipedia as their sources and things like that. So I don't like looking at a lot of Star Wars people, but I do love looking at, like, breakdowns of movies and things. So I might have to give that a look. Yeah, I agree, Lefty Roper. Like, every Star Wars movie I'm gonna watch over most other movies, so... Yeah, fair, Wen Griffey. Okay, so sorry. Well, we're gonna hop into roster reviews. We've been getting real off topic with this stuff, but we will hop into roster reviews. Hedgehog, are you still here? I hope you are. Especially when Griffey, because it wasn't a satisfying thing whatsoever. Like, I felt like that's how a lot of the deaths were. We wanted our beloved characters in the sequels, you know, 4, 5, and 6 characters. We love these characters and we want them to have meaningful deaths. But so many of them just kind of faded away and that was it. And it really bugged me, honestly. So, like, they tried to do the same thing with Chewbacca where they're like, oh, yeah, died in another way that no one cares about. But... okay, anyways. So, you said you finished who? You just unlocked Afra. Let's take a look at your Afra. Did you immediately take her up? Nope. Okay, so you're still working on Kairos, it looks like. And you got some Zetas and Omicrons and stuff to work on. How's your speed on her? Still working on it. Okay, okay. Sweet, sweet. Finally got a Carbonite. Congratulations, E-Dude. Heck yeah. Oh, speaking of Carbonite, I do want to take a second with you guys. We are starting something in our Discord where we are doing a Grand Arena Championship tournament. So this is just for fun to increase your joy of Grand Arena, as well as give you guys a chance to get some help in your Grand Arenas. And so anyone that wants to can jump into the Discord and become part of this at the beginning of each season of Grand Arena, and you'll participate for the 3 weeks of that season. So, you know, all of 3v3, all of 5v5, that kind of thing. And you'll just report your wins and work together with your team, and there'll be other teams working against you. And they'll be trying to also get as many wins as possible. And then whichever team wins will basically get a role being the damn champions for the week off. And then you'll be immortalized in the Discord with that. And then we'll split everyone up and reorganize the teams and just kind of keep doing that each month goes on. We do it inside my own guild, the guild family that I'm a part of, and it's a lot of fun. So we brought it up in the member stream and we're talking about it, and it sounded like a lot of people wanted to be part of it for the members, and they were willing to help out kind of organize it. And so we started working on it, and we're going to start next week. So we'll only have 2 weeks of this season that we're going to do it, just because we don't want to kind of, you know, have everyone trying to panic set up teams this week. But next week we will start it up, so make sure you go check that out in the announcements and react so I know that you're interested, or you can throw something in the GAC tournament chat just to let us know you're interested, and we'll add you to the list, and then, you know, we'll have someone separate everyone. So yeah, some weeks you'll do great, other weeks you won't do great. So heck yeah, Zeno, that's what I like to hear. That's awesome, dude. But yeah, also you'll have your own chat that you can't chat with other teams in, so that you'll have your own team chat to work together. But then there'll also be the general chat for the GAC tournament, so you'll be able to trash talk each other. So it'll be a fun time. And of course, one of you will have me in the team. I'm not going to set this up without being part of it myself. So I don't think that's OP by any means. I'm not that great of a player, as you guys have seen, but I try as much as I can. To sign up, either react to the message in the announcements. Here, I'll show you guys right now. So right here in announcements, we have the announcement for it. And so you can react to this, or alternatively, you can just throw something inside the tournament chat and say you want to be part of it, and I will add you in. So we have our list right here so far, and so I'll be adding more to this list as people react, and then we will set it up next week and kind of just at everyone, make sure everyone's good to start, and we'll jump right in. So okay. So this is Hedgehog. Oh, it'd be great, Lefty Roper. That's what I love to see. That would be absolutely hilarious. We've had it happen in our guild a couple times, and it's been entertaining because the trash talking is so crazy. Like, we even had some guys who, like, streamed theirs back and forth, and it was really entertaining. Okay, so queso means cheese in Spanish. I love seeing the relic Zori. That's solid. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay, 8 GLs. Heck yeah. Solid. The one thing that I see with the big accounts like this is typically I see a problem with the top end of, like, ships. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Empire. You even have a 6-star Marauder instead of a 7-star, so it looks like you're paying attention real well to all of the meta shifts and everything. I love seeing relic geos. Lefty Roper, did you not see ours that we did of that? We did a live GAC with our opponent a couple months ago. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. So you do have the Leviathan, right? You're working towards the Leviathan. Okay, so you have the Profundity, you have the Executor, but you don't have Leviathan. Yeah, the live GAC streams are so much fun. I wish I could do them more often. I do love seeing the Relic 7, which makes sense for your farm. Okay. We have, like, probably 4 or 5 of our viewers in Kyber 3 pretty close to me. We had a close call. I was doing pretty bad, though, because but we almost bumped into each other in Kyber 3. I think it was Barry I was really close to. So, okay, so let's take a look at your mods overall. I think that's the fastest JMK I've seen. That's impressive. You don't have the Fury class? Fair. So it's a background farm until you get the Fury class. Which there's not really a way to farm Fury class except for this Proving Grounds. It should be coming in. If I'm doing my math correctly and my dates correctly, Fury class is coming this Proving Grounds. So you might be really close to Leviathan. I don't know how many shards you have for the Fury class. I don't think I can see. Yeah, I can't see your Fury class. So I don't know how many shards you have, but it is coming. So it's in the announcements, Lefty Roper. Okay. Overall, your speeds look great. Let's just make sure you don't have a mod fall off. I'm assuming you don't. Yeah, 118 speed on Captain Rex. You are doing solid work, my friend. Let's just kind of take a look and see what you don't have leveled up instead of what you do have leveled up, because that usually tells us more, honestly. So let's see if you have any holes. I'm surprised you don't have Keller and Beck leveled up at all, but you're obviously going to get them. I would say Keller and Beck might be one of the first ones I'd get, because you said you're working on Bow and JKCK. And so if you're going to work on Bow, I highly suggest getting your Keller and Beck up first, just because of the Datacron happening right now. Super good Datacron. It can, like, take down GLs. So, something to think about. I'm surprised your Vandor Chewbacca isn't higher than Gear 12. That might be something to take a second Relic. I don't know if you use Dash on defense is the thing. Because this is a very large account. So I don't know how much you have for defense, how much you have for offense. But, you know, it's a solid character to have. Like, it just adds an extra... It's kind of like having Ben on a Ray team. It's just a really solid side thing to help you out. Basically add an extra curve. Yeah, Night Sisters would not be a bad farm, honestly. So if you're going for Bo-Katan, you're going for JKCK. Let me think. It's March right now. Dash is mainly sitting on the bench. Okay, that's fine. It happens. Yeah, so if I'm doing my math correctly, you have about 2, maybe 3 months before JKCK comes back, and at that point he'll be permanent. And so he's not as much of a you need to do this immediately farm as I would say is Bo-Katan is. So honestly, I'd probably focus all down on Bo-Katan. You can do both if you want. If you have the room in your farming guide, go for it. But I honestly would full focus Bo-Katan. It looks like you've already kind of started that. Do you have... I'm not seeing a Malicos in here, so yeah. If you don't have a Malicos lying around, let me just double check, make sure I'm not blind. Yeah, I don't see a Malicos either, so yeah, I think Bo-Katan should be your, Okay, sounds good, Ryan. You have a great night. Hey, Caleb, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so I would full on, ooh, a Relic 5 Jabba. I get why Relic 5 Jabba, but if you have a Relic 5 Jabba, you better have high Relic Hut Cartel. Okay. So here's going to be my suggestion to you. You have an amazing roster. I love the mods. I love how this is looking. I think you're kind of at the point where, yes, you should be going for meta characters, obviously. So Bo-Katan, I think, is a great idea. It'll give you a solid character and a team with Bo-Katan herself. But it will also give you Keller and Beck, which I think will be really, really helpful during this Datacron season. So I think that's a great farm, but I also want to encourage you to up your relic levels a bit. You know, you have a Relic 5 Jabba. I'd like to see that higher. I get why he's not as important to be high relics. But what you do need on that team is you really, really need your Kursan and your Bosch Leia at least Relic 7, if not Relic 8. Additionally, your meta fleets, if you're putting them on defense, you should really be upping those relic levels. I want to see at least a Relic 7 Houndstooth and at least a Relic 7 IG-2000. They are hugely helpful in basically making this a lot harder to counter. Same with Xanadu's Blood. I'd love to see a Relic 7 Xanadu's Blood. You're in Kyber too? Yeah, 100% fair. And I think you're getting to the point where you can push into Kyber 1 once you get Leviathan. I think this could push into Kyber 1. It has a chance of doing it. Never invested in it. Fair, fair. But it is, like, Leia's Datacron's out the window. She's much less hard to take down. Like, I would 100% be down to throw Jabba on defense and, you know, kind of use him to your advantage. A lot of what I've been seeing has been people failing because they're using their Afra too early and then they're hitting Jabba and they're like, shiz, I'm out of teams for Jabba on the back wall. So definitely something I'd invest in, but overall I think you're at that point where you should start investing in a couple extra relic levels for pilots and main characters. You know, the key pieces of your characters should definitely be in the list. I would go Bo-Katan and then shoring up some relic levels, and then JKCK I think is a great farm. You'll be able to get JKCK in time for when he's coming in June permanently, and then that'll also set you up for getting your Night Sisters fully done because you'll have Marin. So you're going to do Capital Ship that coming out this year instead of Leviathan. That's fine. I 100% understand that. But yeah, so I don't know. That would be my suggestion to you. This looks like a fantastic account. Like, there's not a whole lot of, you know, characters where I'm seeing like a Relic 1 or anything like that, and those that are low relics like Traya can basically do everything they need to at the relic level they're at. So I would say just kind of some of those top end teams, I would definitely suggest putting a couple more relics in, just pushing it a little bit farther. You know, Iden Versio at Relic 5 or Relic 7 going to put a lot more consistency in your counters. You know, just adding a couple relic levels to these are going to make it really good. Even the Geonosians, adding that in can give you a, you know, without having to use TIE Bomber, you can use Malevolence to take down Profundity. So yeah, I think you're at that point where you should probably start just upping your relic levels in a couple places. So, but overall, I don't see zero problems whatsoever with what you're farming right now. I think JKCK and Bo-Katan are perfect for you. Let's jump into our next roster. I'm gonna bring you guys over here so I can look at it. Okay, we got Terra. Is Terra still in the chat? Let's see how terrible this roster is. Get it? Get it? Someone's practicing with their maul. Okay, you finally unlocked Executor, working on finishing JML, and then need to pivot to Grand Inquisitor. Inquisitors due to guild priorities. Wondering how to mod Bam's team. Define Bam's team. Are you looking at a scoundrel team? Is that what you're talking about? A Bam team? Bam. I mean, I don't know. Fast? So how you want to mod the Bam team is not this. Who are you using with Bam? Like, what are you talking about when you say a Bam team? Because do I see a Dash Rendar in here? Ouch, Tara. Come on, let me have my stupid jokes. Okay, so you don't have a Dash Rendar team, so you're looking at a Scoundrel team minus Dash Rendar. And so basically the idea for the team is that you want Queel to be your fastest unit on the team. And so you want him in the 300 speeds at least. Because he can take it. You also want this unique Zeta. Sorry, I know my ADHD is getting to me. This unique Zeta is hugely important. You drop it and it makes the whole team a whole lot beefier. So very, very helpful Zeta if you have the room for Zetas. If not, it's fine. But it does make the whole team super, super beefy, and especially IG-11. I have spoken is the big thing that you want on this team working. So all allies recover 20% Queel's max health, max protection. That really doesn't matter. The important part is Scoundrel allies gain 25% turn meter. And so if you have Queel being super fast, he takes first turn and then he pushes turn meter to the whole team, and you can get out ahead of your team, your opponents, and just do a whole bunch. For the Scoundrel team without Dash, the idea is don't. Yeah, without Dash, it's going to struggle, but that change of Queel being modded as your fastest is not going to be different when you get Dash. When you get Dash, it's going to be the same exact thing. So, yeah, Caleb, that's a great idea. Having your Queel 1 speeds better than Dash Rendar is perfect. But, yeah, so that is kind of what you want to do. So it's basically grab the Queel Zeta, do Mando, Queel, IG-11, and then any other 2 Scoundrels you happen to have. Some are better than others, obviously. At that point, it's kind of up to you who you want to throw in those last 2 slots, especially without having Dash Rendar. I don't know what you're using your L3 for, but you could throw L3 in there as well. But you're just trying to make a really beefy team that's fast, gets out a lot of damage at the beginning. So if it's, you know, if you're using it on offense, you can get out damage and take out the team fast. If you're using it on defense, it will always steal banners, is kind of what you're hoping for. So even if it doesn't get you a hold, it will still steal banners, which honestly, you know, Dash Rendar is going to be much better at stealing those banners. But any team with Bam has the chance at just stalling out Imperial Troopers, and that's really what you want. So yeah, Vandor, Chewie, L3, and Nest are definitely 3 of the best characters you can get, but if you're just looking at what you currently have, the basis of it is Mando, Queel, and IG-11. So, but yeah, if you want other characters that you're putting in with them. Yeah, so if you want it to be better than it is, grab the Queel Zeta, grab either Emphas Nest, grab Dash Rendar, and grab Vandor Chewie. Vandor Chewie's not helpful until you have Dash Rendar. So I would get Dash Rendar first. My brain just is not working when it comes to English. Instead of the TIE Defender? It depends, Appley. I can't remember where your account is. I'd have to take a look. And like, if you have a Relic 5 Ahsoka and that's the only Galactic Republic that you have, then no. But if you have, you know, a solid Galactic Republic going, then maybe it's a good idea. Hondo's also a good character on that team. You already have a Gear 12 Emphas Nest. It's just Hondo's hard to justify unless you're going to go for... hold on, I'll think of it. Unless you're going to go for Afro. So if you're not going for Afro anytime soon, I would say get an older character. They're easier to level up because this is just 100 Chirotechs and you're at gear 13. Versus, you know, Hondo's going to be a whole bunch of Chirotechs. So older characters going to be muy bueno. For my roster, Queel Zeta or Mon Mothma Zeta. Well, that entirely depends on where your Rebel fighters are. You have Cara Dune, but you don't have the Zeta. You don't have Kyle Katarn. Yeah, Smuggler Han's pretty decent on a BAM team. You're not wrong. Yeah, I would Apple E, honestly. Like, if you need another fleet, then go for it. But, like, I would kind of stick to what you have. Yeah, Martian Manhunter. How'd you know, IDK? No, it's Mommy Mothma. Where's her Mothma? Where's the Mothma? There's Mommy Mothma. So you have the leader done. So it's the one that makes it so they can't target people. Is that right? So... That is a hard question, because both of them is just going to improve the viability of the team they're already on. And you don't have the Cara Dune Zeta, which is kind of the important Zeta. I would probably have you put on the Cara Dune Zeta. Instead of Mon Mothma, I'd probably have you do Cara Dune. And that will vastly improve your Mon Mothma team and can make it so that way Wampa can't get through Mon Mothma and there's a timeout risk. And so that's probably what I would do, because I don't think the Queel Zeta is going to offer you as good a deal as a timeout risk for Wampa. And that's kind of the thing that we want to be trying to get at. So I'm going to say, instead of going Mon Mothma or Queel, I would probably put it on her instead. You finally unlocked Executor, and you did relic your BAM. I love to see that. You're okay. Yep. Guessing for Lightspeed bundles. It's not often that I see Xanadu's blood already reliced for people. Let's take a look at kind of your overall fleets. Are you sleeping on this fleet? Okay, add this to your farming plan ASAP. You need to finish TIE Defender and get her up to relics. And you also need to get yourself a Palpmobile whenever you have a chance. I'm going to say Palpmobile is farther down the road, but keep in mind a Palpmobile allows you to take down both Executor and Profundity. So, but regardless, relic your TDC. Xanadu's because of JMK. Right. Okay. Sorry, left. Not right. I'm thinking of getting Starkiller at some point, because I have to get Palps to Relic 7 for SLKR and Dash to Relic 7 for Profundity. But I'm not sure where to put them in my farming plan. IDK, the place that you should always put Starkiller in your farming plan is either when the PP calls to you, because it is one of the most fun teams in the game. So if the PP is calling, you follow the PP. I get it. We all love little PPs here. Take the little PP. The other time that you should go for a Starkiller team is when you start having enough teams that fit. So not so much Starkiller, because Starkiller will always fit, because you're always going to have an Emperor Palpatine, and then Mara Jade's on the way, and then you have him, and you already have the team. The other two don't matter. They can be gear 8, and they'll still do everything they want to do. What you're looking for is do you have a place for Dash Rendar? Do you have a place for Kyle Katarn? And do you have a place for... My brain just farted. Who's the third character? Darth Talon. So, sounds good, Alpy. You have a lovely evening. But yeah, so that is how you judge if you're ready for a Starkiller. I gotta run. My PP is calling me. Speed potency. I think you're right, Tara. I'd have to look at Swago. I don't have a Mon Mothma team up and running quite yet, so I couldn't tell you offhand. Sounds great, Madness. You have a great night. But yeah. It looks like you're heading for, what is it, JML right now? Is that what I'm seeing? It looks like JML. Getting a Mon Mothma, you have a Relic 7 JKL. It definitely looks like a JML farm. So yeah, keep going. Sounds like a solid farm. Please Relic the Savage, dude. Please. I'll give you a hug, please. Anything. Relic 5 your Savage, Relic 5 your Dark Trooper. Kyle would go with Mon Mothma. Dash would have his Scoundrel team. Mara Jade would go with Palps. Talon would go with Traya. Yeah. After I have JML. Okay, yeah, so there you go, IDK. You just answered your own question. Directly after JML, go straight into Star Killer, and you'll have a great team. But yeah. As always, Tara, solid account. I love seeing it. I think we have kind of answered your questions. I would like to see a BTLB in here. It's kind of painful not seeing the BTLB in there. This is Terra currently. But yeah, you're working on your Mandalorians. You're working on your JML farm. I would suggest taking some time after JML. What's a small PP? Xanatold. I'm guessing that's how you say your name. Passion Project. You know, you're sitting there and you're like, I want gas. You're like, okay, well, you don't have any Galactic Republic. I'm like, who cares? I want gas right now. He's a cool character. I love him. That is your little PP right there. I get little PPs. We can all have little PPs. It's what keeps us going in the game. We all have little PPs, and we're fine with little PPs here. So. Okay, sweet, Tara. That's great to hear. Yeah, Dr. J, we had a heated discussion about Acolyte and Star Wars in general for a bit, so. But yeah, passion projects are very important in this game, and it's never a bad thing to have a little or a big PP. Although sometimes big PPs can get away in the way of making your account amazing, but a little PP is never a bad thing, so. You're welcome, Xanatold. You're no problem, Only Bombardment. Welcome, welcome. B2 is on the farming now since my... Yeah, okay, yep. Sweet. But yeah, so I would say after JML, just take a little bit of time and finish some of these teams. Relic 5 your Dark Trooper, Relic 5 your Savage, you know, Relic 5 your Iden Versio, and just get some of these side farms finished. Heated but respectful. Fair ADP, as fans should be of any given fandom. Should be heated but respectful. Challenge each other but not hurt each other. And we can kind of take a look. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and got it. See if you have any other holes that I can direct. Yeah, so your Sith Empire still needs 2 more people. Your 501st needs Arc Trooper Relic. Yeah, so after JML, I highly suggest kind of taking some time and finishing some of these relics. I get that you need to jump into Grand Inquisitors and that kind of thing. Like 100% get it. It's the guild thing. Jump in feet first in a Grand Inquisitor. Maybe put that first. I personally, what I would do is I would do an Inquisitor, specifically do Second Sister, because she's a pilot, so she's important. So I would do Second Sister, and then do a side farm, Savage up to Relic 5. And then I'd do another Inquisitor, and then I would do, you know, Dark Trooper up to Relic 5. And so I would alternate farms, just so that way you can keep your will to live as you're doing Inquisitors. Because speaking as someone from experience who is almost done with their Inquisitors, they are painful to do in a row, but I told my guild I would do them, and I put them off till now, and so I decided to do them all in a row. And so it's been painful. Don't do what I did. Alternate your farms. New Kong Godzilla movie. Dude, I didn't even watch the last couple. I haven't watched what was it, Godzilla Zero or whatever it was that everyone loved. I just haven't been to the movies lately. I've been so busy. What was the outcomes of the debate? I don't know. Yeah, ADP, you're right. Agree to disagree. It was kind of the overall consensus. A lot of people are hyped, a lot of people aren't. I have hope for the show, and I'm glad that the fact that it's separated from episode 1 through 9 so they can kind of do what they want. So, yeah, like, if you have, like, a deadline of, like, everyone needs their Inquisitors in 6 months, I've gotten my Inquisitors almost all to Relic 5 in the last, like, 2 months. And so, like, you can spread it out quite a bit, so. And it gives you an excuse, Tara. You just tell them, Rabid Beaver told me to. He's the most intelligent Swago streamer there is. I have to listen to him. Yeah, so alternate your farms. Like, you know, and I would also encourage you to encourage your guild to do the same. Don't force them to all push Inquisitors. Have them alternate their farms. So, farm an Inquisitor, go farm a JKCK wreck. Go farm an Inquisitor, go farm a JKCK wreck. Whatever they're doing, keep them on their PPs, keep them with their desire to live, because we don't want to push people out of the guilds, but we also want to be competitive. So, that would be my suggestion. Ugh. Okay. Well, I guess we are not jumping into the next roster. Yeah, what other Swago streamer knows ASL? Exactly. But yeah, Death Deep, we will get to you in just a sec. But we just had Nasty Balls coming in with the $4.99. Just finished Starkiller and Need Direction, and I am happy to give it to you, Nasty Balls. Yeah, they can genuinely do anything, and like, also keep in mind, guys, if Acolyte is bad, if it's bad, who cares? It happened 200 years before the movies. It doesn't affect anything. It's not going to affect our view of episode 9. It's not going to affect our view of episode 1. It's not going to affect anything because it's 200 years in the past. The only thing it could have possibly affect is how we look at Yoda if he shows up. That's basically it. So, like, I always stay on my DP. Anakin Lava Crawler, I'm just saying, your gifted membership did run out, but you could renew it yourself. Just an idea. Speaking of which, I need to go through and remove and re-add everyone for members for the month. Okay. So, you just finished Starkiller, you're looking for direction. I love seeing the Relic 7 Starkiller with the Omicrons. Yaddle is more likely to show up. That'd be interesting to see, honestly. And they already have a voice actor for her that they used in Tales of the Jedi, so. Okay. You have a Zori, you have a Wampa. I would like to see a Relic 5 Wampa at some point. I don't think it's the highest priority, but it does help a lot. Okay. So, there's Nasty Balls right over here. Okay, so Ray and Starkiller, or Ray Starkiller SLKR, so you're basically done with your Lightspeed bundles. Let's take a look at your ships real quick. Okay, you finished your Echelon, love to see that. I love seeing an Executor in here. Yeah, so you are like in the perfect spot to be like done with your Lightspeed bundles. This is the perfect example of an account that's finished their Lightspeed bundles. I also love seeing the Dark Trooper, the Savage, like, Nasty Balls. This is great. I love the side farms. You're finishing your side farms. You know, you're getting these characters. Your two options, your two major options, if you don't have a specific PP that you're going for, your two options are going to be Sith Eternal and Jedi Master Luke. And let me, hold on, I want to read chat real quick. Hey, we were just with me, 6 Dotting Mighty Ghost Fleet, focusing on Marauder Prize. Now I'm pushing up to top 40. Heck yeah, Dr. J, that's what I like to see. Damn pun intended, I was about to, but I'm not home and my card is at home. Fair enough, Anakin, I get it. But make sure that you do it during a stream, because we want to be able to celebrate you becoming a member again. It shows up and everything. It's cool. So make sure you do it during a stream. I want to celebrate when you guys become members. So top 20 is basically Profundity. Yeah, Profundity with Marauder versus Profundity is much harder than the other two capital. It's possible, but it's much harder, 100%. But yeah, let's kind of take you through what we're looking at with this account. I would like to see a Relic Iden Versio as we're going through these side farms that I'm mentioning that you're doing really good at. Iden Versio, I think, is the one character that you're kind of missing. But if you don't have any specific PP nasty balls, here's my suggestion. So you bought all of the Lightspeed bundles. So bundles, if I start to farm them. Okay, if you're worried about Lightspeed bundles, nasty balls, go for JML. There is physically no way they can give us JML. Because they cannot give us CLS. They cannot give us Chewie. They cannot give us C-3PO. They are all legendary characters. They'd have to be separate Lightspeed bundles, and all of them are super easy characters to get with like Gear 9. And so there is absolutely no point to giving us Lightspeed bundles to go for JML, and they've already given us a JML Lightspeed bundle. You already have Old Ben at Relic 3. You already have Jedi Training Rey at Relic 7. You already have who is it? Wedge Antilles and Biggs done. You have Lando at Relic 3. You have Princess Leia at Relic 3. They've already given us a Lightspeed bundle for this. So if you're going to be worried about the Lightspeed bundles, JML is your farm. Go for JML. There's no way they can give us a Lightspeed bundle for Jedi Knight Luke either, because they'd have to give us Wampa, which would demonetize them severely. They would have to give us Hoda. They would have to give us Rolo, who is a character that we have to go out of our way for. They're not going to give us more Lightspeed bundles for JML. So if you're worried about Lightspeed bundles, head for JML. It's a great character to put in your roster. Yeah, Jabba wouldn't be a bad farm either. It's just you're so close to JML that it's hard for me not to suggest it to people who bought Lightspeed bundles. So Jabba's not a bad farm. If you feel a particular stirring in your loins for Jabba, go for the big slug. I get it. The mods are great. But JML would be my suggestion to you. Also, I am absolutely just not happy with the sentences I just said. Oh, gosh. Okay. But yeah, you even already have a Gear 12 Mon Mothma. So like you're on the cusp. Before we move on from this account, let's take a look at your Mara Jade and just see how your mods are looking. Wow, wild, guys. Okay, so big slugs equal big PP. Exactly. Let's just say that Jabba has a very specific ability. I want to show you guys this very specific ability that Jabba has. Let's find Jabba. Can we get to Jabba? Where is he? We have this ability right here, and we'll just say it's not just talking about his body. Just saying. Just saying. Swarmed Mackenzie. Every time I hear the word Mackenzie, I immediately think of Kuth Mackenzie. Okay. Let's take a look at your mods real quick. Also, I just want to point this out. Absolutely mind-blowingly wild, the coincidence that is our donations equaling an even number when someone donated specifically $2.69 and then someone else donated in euros. And so the fact that it's exactly $234 is wild to me. So just a little side thing. Okay, speed. Let's take a look. We are Mara Jade. Nasty balls getting antsy. How are my mods, huh? How are they? Mara Jade's looking sexy. I mean, I could have told you that. Like, this was my childhood crush. But Euro 69 related. Confirmed. Oh, gosh. Piet. 332. Solid, dude. Resistance Hero Finn being that fast. I would like to see Resistance Hero Finn at the top of this list. I'd also would like to see Resistance Hero Poe a little bit higher. I don't even see him. Maybe I'm blind, but... Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, he's not bad. I'm assuming that his speeds aren't bad. I do love seeing First Order Officer faster than Hux. I like seeing Bosk and Queel this high. It looks like you have a good grasp on which characters should have speed. Let's just take a look to make sure that there's not a huge mod fall off. 85 isn't bad. There is a bit of mod fall off, but it seems more of like a I haven't had time to farm everyone rather than a purposeful mod fall off. So just keep working on it. I think your modding looks absolutely sexy. Okay, Death Deep, are you still here? Really quick, before I forget, I want to see if I can get these while we're waiting for Death Deep. Okay, 5 there. Okay, yeah, we'll go for the 5. Only 15 more needed of those. I'm so close. This is my last character, guys, and then I'm done with the Inquisitors. I just have to get in Grand Inquisitor. So keep an eye out. I'm going to be making a Grand Inquisitor guide here pretty soon. Am I excited for it? Not particularly, but it'll come out. Yeah, Dr. J, if you donate, you immediately become top of the list. Oh, there's no way I'm purchasing that. I almost just bought that. Whoops. I would have lost so much currency. Okay. That I'm willing to spend, though. Okay. Sweet. So we have all our Chirotechs we need. That is the last 100 Chirotechs we need before Grand Inquisitor. Sexy. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. We are getting some solid stuff in while you guys are figuring things out. Okay, we'll jump through your roster really quick. Death Deep. Death Deep, are you the one that keeps changing your farms? Because I swear, someone, I can't remember who it is, but someone keeps changing their farms. Is it Nex or is it you? One of you two keeps changing your farms. Dang it. I really don't want to buy 15 because I don't need 15. I'd rather save what I have. All the Chirotechs that Grand Inquisitor needs. Yeah. Stop talking. Don't remind me. Honestly, though, we already have 100 light side Chirotechs saved up, so we're actually doing not too shabby. Can I just... Perfect. Solid. One more gear piece down. Only 4 more to go. Is there a minimal mountain for super chats? No. Like, if you want to do $1, you can, but, you know, come on, do a little bit more. You want to help out the jar. Is in BRL? I don't know what BRL is. Gosh. Why is my chat doing that? Oh, there we go. Fixed it. Okay. So let's jump into Death Deeps real quick. Oh, Brazilian Real. Oh, yeah. The exchange rate for Brazilian is really bad. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, go for it, dude. Just do what you can. Like, I get it. Yeah. I know. I got a buddy who... buddy is a... I spent a weekend with a guy who's moved over to the US from Brazil. And so I follow him on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel and does a channel about anime. So it's $5 too much. Yeah, like, dude, do whatever you want to do. Like, as much or as little as you can afford, I get it. I'm a college student. I can't afford things either. Honestly, my super chats to Arnold cost me a lot more than you'd expect. Like, you know, a $2 donation here or there gets to me after a little bit. Yeah, Caleb, I am going for Bo-Katan. In fact, I'm almost there, honestly. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but I am I am on the cusp. I have Paz up to 36 of 100, and I just finished IG-12 yesterday. And so that's currently kind of my main farm, actually, is going for Bo-Katan. I want to try and get Bo-Katan and then go for Boss Nass and all of them. We'll see. I might have to drop them for Boss Nass just so that way we can make sure we get our Jar Jar on time. But yeah, Dr. J, if you can afford 50 cents, I think the minimum's 99 cents, but if you can afford a buck and a buck only, do it. I get it, bro. Okay, let's jump into Death Deeps while we have a moment. Death Deep. Okay, so you have the Finalizer bundle, is that right? Yeah, so you have the Finalizer bundle, but you do not have the First Order bundle in general. Looks like you're making your way towards Sith Eternal fairly well. You have a Piet done, you have a Vader done. Oh, this is such an interesting roster. If I were to give you two suggestions for relicking first, I'm going to tell you Savage and Wampa. You already have them at the Omicron. You might as well get them relicked. So I would almost rather you do that before you finish your Sith Eternal. So keep... Okay. Wampa, Savage, and Echelon are three things that I want in this, as well as Special Forces. So those are the things that I would say 100% something you should have in this roster, because you have everything you need for Finalizer. You just need the 7-star capital ship, I'm assuming. So get yourself an Echelon. Special Forces you just get from shops, and so you don't even have to put it into your farming plan. But Echelon and finishing the Special Forces, as well as getting Savage and Wampa up to Relic, I would say are the three things I would want you to do, or things technically the Special Forces, before you go for Sith Eternal. And while you're doing that, you can continue to farm shards if you need them, because I'm sure there's a couple characters you're still working on shards for. There we go. ADP's got you, Dr. J. You're at the top of the list now, so you don't even have to worry about it. ADP is coming in clutch for the homies, the damn homies, you know? But yeah, so I'm sure there's still a couple characters that you need shards for. And so while you're farming those shards, those are the things that I would say go for now, because those are going to be a huge impact into your roster. Okay, Dr. J, sounds good. It's the damn sugar daddy coming in for everyone's help. Pretty good. I use Houndstooth with it to get easy wins. Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. Houndstooth is just amazing on anything. ADP is helping build the Beaver Dam and build Dr. J's accounts. Okay, sounds good, Dr. J. Okay, so yeah, that would be my suggestion for you. Those are the things that I would focus on if I were you. Also, I want to see Piet at the top. Perfect, Piet is at the top. I'm sure you still need to continue working on mods. 107 is respectable, though. Keep working on those mods. You're doing great, dude. But that would be my suggestion for the 4 things before you finish Sith Eternal. Been sharing a lot today. Pause. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, fair. Fair, Death Deep. It's rough. Yeah, absolutely. Alec the Great, go ahead and drop your ally code in your current farm, and we will get to you after we finish Dr. J's. Okay, Dr. J. Let me see if I can pull up your... Okay, you have it right here. GF's account and the alt account. Your mods aren't great, no, but you are a very new account, and so they're respectable for where they are, so keep working on them. Okay, coming in here. Fair enough, Dark Eyes. I get it. Just you being here is always awesome. Okay, so farming Krex. Oh, dude. Death Deep, that's all you need is tenacity on those guys. Put the cash through the phone. Genius. Love that. Okay, so this is your GF's account. So you have 5 dot health set mods unlocked. You should be farming those like crazy then, because any kind of 5 dot mods are better than no mods, especially health mods. Early on, 5 dot health mods do so much, and you can get a lot of mods that you can use for a lot of characters, because health mods in general are just so viable on so many different characters. And there's Alec the Great over here with the $5. Thank you so much. Crux's Circle? Oh no. Dude, a 15 speed on a account that like barely, that is amazing, dude. Yeah, like that is insane. I wonder if I could find it. I probably can't, but my original free-to-play account, I pulled a 22 speed, like somewhere around like level 70, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. But I'd since give that free-to-play account to a buddy of mine. So that is an insane pull, dude. I love that. That is so great. Okay, sweet. So Imperial Troopers is a side farm, and then you're doing obviously Phoenix. I struggle to tell you to do this, because I know this is your GF's account. If I were to suggest the best way to farm this, I'm going to say Executor into Leia. By the time she gets to the point where she is going full on into the game, she's getting to level 85, all of the Leia requirements are going to be double drops. She'll be super easy to grab. You're already getting Captain Rex. I think Executor into Leia is the most efficient way of playing this roster. Now, I am going to preface this and say, I want your girlfriend to enjoy this game. So that being said, try to encourage her to find a passion project for herself. This is kind of the idea that I had when I first made my free-to-play, was Executor into Leia, because then you get your crystal income, and then you get the easiest to get Galactic Legend, because she's only hard to get right now because they're not double drops. But you look at her requirements and they are so easy. And so she's going to be super, super easy to get for this account, especially because you're already going for Captain Rex. You already have this stuff right here, and you can jump right in from Leia into JML, into Jabba. Like, it just flows really well. You'll have a Hera up there because you're working on your Phoenix first, and so then you'll have a Profundity coming. Okay, so PP is going to be Bam. That's great. And so make sure you're encouraging her with her PPs to kind of build out from them. And so build a bounty hunter team around Mando. Get Beskar Mandalorian, a scoundrel team, that kind of thing. So encourage your girlfriend to find another PP. Exactly. 100%. But yeah, let's just because we're sitting here kind of talking about it, let's take a look at Leia's requirements, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So with Leia, you need Captain Rex. So obviously a harder one, but you're working on him right now. Nisa is harder, but that's just because she's not accelerated. She'll be accelerated soon. Wicket, super, super easy. It's I believe Wicket's a isn't he a Cantina farm? No, he's a dark side farm. That's right. But if you already have some Ewoks, where is it? It's not in here. But if you already have some Ewoks, I'm pretty sure you get Wicket shards just from the Ewok escalation event, the Andor escalation or whatever. And then Lando's super easy to get. He is a Cantina farm. Admiral Akbar is a super easy character to get. He's in a shop. Scout Trooper, gonna be accelerated soon. R2-D2, super easy to get. Captain Han Solo, it's just a hard node farm. Rebel Officer Leia Organa, this is gonna be the only hard one, but if she gets into a semi-good guild, she'll be fine. Chief Chirpa, also super, super easy. Captain Drogon, gonna be accelerated soon. CLS, super easy farm, it's all Gear 9 requirements. Bosch Leia, already accelerated. 3PO and Chewie, accelerated. Lobot, I don't even know where you get Lobot, but I'm sure it's easy. I have a 7-star Lobot, and I've never once farmed him. He's in Cantina battles, on the same node as Lando. She is the easiest GL to get if you're going for her from the get-go. Her legendaries don't take almost anything. She doesn't even have a relic 8 besides R2D2, right? Yeah, she only has one relic 8. So she is a super, super available character for new players, especially those who still love going for Phoenix first. So there's your efficiency standpoint. If you want to skip Executor, because I know the Executor farm isn't fun, go for it. Just have her go for Leia. On top of that, you're getting a lot of the older characters that everyone loves. So you're going to bring her into your guild. That could be problematic for Rolo, just because Rolo shards are hard to come by. So if you can find her a guild that's a little bit lower, I think it might be better just to get those Rolo shards going. And then once she finishes Rolo, then moving up would be great. So yeah, you do get Lobot from the free Bronzium packs. That is why I have a 7-star Lobot. So but yeah, so that would be my suggestion for that account is Leia as its first GL. If they're going, if she's already going for Phoenix, might as well go in for Leia and just kind of double down. It's a really, really accessible character for her. So exactly what IDK said. Yo, Beaver, is your free-to-play in a good guild? We actually just combined guilds with another guild, and so we'll see how this is going. If it's, you know, gonna fail, then I'm definitely gonna leave and find another guild. But they do Endor, and they do some solid stuff in Darkside Geo. I'm looking for one that's getting Wat Tambor shards. I don't want to just jump into an amazing guild, especially because I find that the more you put yourself in a really, really high guild, the less you get to participate in the guild, and the less you feel like you're actually contributing. And the more that you can feel like you're contributing in the game, the more you're going to be enjoying the game. And so I want to not only make it so I can enjoy playing my free-to-play account, but also making it so that way it's a believable free-to-play account that anyone can, you know, take a look at this and be like, oh, I can farm the things I want at the rate that I want them. So yeah, no problem, Dr. J. Let's take a look at your alt account real quick. This is for the second one. So you're finishing Emperor's Shuttle, so the Paltmobile. You're relicking Padme, Bosk, Bounty Hunters, and Savage, all of them to relic 5, farming Bamrex, and aiming for Executor in the future. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Dr. J. Exactly. That is, like, solid. And that'll give her a solid Rex team. So, obviously, it's going to be a solid Phoenix team, a solid CLS team, a solid Bounty Hunter team, the starting of a Jedi team. Executor is going to give her a starting of an Imperial Trooper team, and so like even just going for those farms is going to help her build out her roster a ton too. Let's take a look. Okay, so first things first, I would like to see Savage relic as soon as possible. I know you have it here on your list, but I'd like to see that relic first. So you're finishing Emperor's Shuttle. You're relicking Padme, Bosk, Bounty Hunters, Savage, all of them to relic 5, farming Bamrex. So, Executor into Sith Eternal is what this account's looking like? Or Sith Eternal into Executor. Let's take a look at your Bounty Hunter ships. Yeah, I would almost go Sith Eternal into Executor. Go the opposite direction, because you already have a relic 5 Veers. You already have a relic 3 Grand Moff Tarkin. You have a relic 7 EP Invader and a relic 5 Piet. So it looks like you were already on a Sith Eternal. Okay, so that was the idea. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely, I think that's a great idea. So I do Savage, relicking Savage all the way. So you're relicking Padme. You got Ahsoka Tano as your 4th. Who's your 5th? Are you going to use Jimmy as your 5th? Okay, sounds good, Caleb. You have a great night. Yeah, 100% IDK. Yeah, Leia and a JML will give you tons of great stuff. Like, you're going to end up with a Rebel fighter team. You're going to end up with a Jedi team. You're going to be ending up with a finished CLS team. Like, you're going to... Yeah. Padme, Annie, Kenobi, R2-D2. Padme, Annie, Ahsoka, Kenobi, R2D2. Is that who you're referring to? Where's R2D2? Oh, there's R2D2. Okay. Ahsoka. Okay. I was really confused. I'm like, there's no way this account is getting Queen Amidala. Like, I am calling it right now. There is absolutely no way this account's getting Queen Amidala. Unless you are spending thousands of dollars, there's no way whatsoever. It's actually spending $300, but regardless. Okay. So, I don't think it's a bad idea getting a Padme team going. Padme is an excellent starting, like, defensive team. And you have the start of a lot of good offensive teams. Like, obviously, you have an Imperial Troopers team here. You have an EP Mara. You have a Wampa. You're about to have a Savage. So I don't think your offense is going to struggle too much. And so I think getting a defense sounds good. Sounds good. I definitely think Savage should be first. But I don't think Padme should be put down the line too far. So I definitely think that's a good idea, but honestly, I'd probably do finishing Emperor Palpatine's shuttle, obviously what you're working on right now. Relic Savage, Relic Padme, and then go for Sith Eternal. And then circle back for the Bounty Hunters, because you kind of already have a really solid offense going, and Bounty Hunters is typically another offensive team. And so getting a GL in this account is going to start getting you, you know, some good rewards, getting you some extra Chirotechs each month, you know. It'll give you some a solid way to take out other people's GLs. So I think I would probably put Sith Eternal over the Bounty Hunters and then kind of circle back around to Bounty Hunters as you're getting close on the shards for Executor. Yeah, and if you have an extra Omi lying around, I 100% agree with Deep here. Death Deep, it did point out a good thing. If you got a Qui-Gon lying around, that is an excellent defensive team. And so you could split your Padme into two teams. I know it's not going to make Padme as good, but it'll still give you a solid defense, because I have never seen a team with more holds that's low gear than a Relic 7 Jedi Anakin with a Gear 6 Qui-Gon. It's insane the amount of holds I've seen on that team from Bronzium up to Kyber that Arnold has had that team going. Savage, Padme, Jango, Ahsoka, Mando, R2-D2. Honestly, I don't think is a bad option. Mando is so incredibly good. But yeah, so Arnold has had a... I can actually check and see where he's at right now. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. 64. Gasmaster 64. Let's see if his let's see where his not Mando. We are looking for Qui-Gon. Yeah, right there. Look at that. That is such a low gear Qui-Gon, and he is in Kyber 3 right now. Kyber 4 maybe, I don't know. Either way, like, dude, this guy has been getting holds for him since he got him. Like, he averages 1 to 2 holds every Grand Arena with this. So, yeah, get Mace to replace Anakin. Solid stuff, yeah. So, Death Thief, I'm glad you brought that up. It is an excellent idea. So, there's some little side farms for you. But yeah, I like the way this account is going. Looks like you have some really solid stuff started, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Oh, also keep in mind, don't put other Jedi in besides Galactic Republic. Like, I don't care. Like, let's go to your Galactic Republic really quick. I don't care if it's Qui-Gon, Jedi Knight Anakin, this Barriss right here, this Jedi Knight Guardian, and this I'm a Gundai. He gonna die. Obviously from his name, he gonna die. But that's fine. I don't care. Anakin's gonna bleed banners, and he is going to try and kill off the other team in one tap. But it needs to be Galactic Republic Jedi. Do not put anyone else with Qui-Gon and Anakin. Sounds good, Dr. J. Sounds good. Sorry if I repeat myself. But, okay. But yeah. So, honestly, I don't see a problem with your farming plan. I genuinely don't. I think you're doing solid work. Yeah. You mix and match, you ruin the party. Exactly. And this party's not over. Another side thing, you're working on Palp's shuttle right now. Obviously, you're kind of working on this fleet, and I love seeing it. Make sure after you kind of get your Sith Eternal going, get your Executor going, that you're taking some time and getting this Defender somewhere good as well. I know you're a long way from 4 million GP, but that's such a good fleet even before you get TIE Interceptor. It's going to be a solid fleet, so... But yeah, solid account, dude. I guess we should take a look at the mods just real quick. Iden's team, dude, a PP Iden team is terrifying. Like, when you see a full Relic Iden team, it's scary. And it's also really, really great against any form of rebels. Like, I love Iden's team so much. Okay. Yeah, and the mods on this account are looking solid, Dr. J. For how low it is, it's looking like a really solid account. Good job, dude. Okay, we're going to jump into the next person. Is Dave here still, or did Dave hop out? Not with Wampa, my favorite defense team. Hey, that's the thing, is if you have a PP Iden team, you should have a Scout Trooper on there just to screw over people who love to use Wampa, because that battle is terrifying. And if you have high relics on all of them, you're most likely going to stop Wampa in his tracks. So... Exactly, ADP. Yeah, like I remember before I read the Omicron and everything for Iden, I threw a CLS against it, and I watched as my team hit like a wet noodle until they eventually died. And by eventually, I mean 30 seconds. This is the same count, isn't it? It is the same account. David, last call for David. I'm not seeing a David. Okay, we're going to move on to the next person. Dark Ice, are you still here? Imperial units working on trying to have mostly Stormtrooper units, willing to have other Imperial units in there. Okay, so this is definitely a PP account, it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like Dave's not here, but... Dark Ice might be here, and we shall see. Okay, so Dark Ice, is this your first account, Dark Ice? Like, is this your first time playing Swago? Is this account right here? Yes, Andy Nachos, we are doing roster reviews right now. Yeah, first time playing. Okay, sweet. So one of the most important things that you can do is find yourself a team that can do Galactic War. Because if you can fight your way through Galactic War, you will get the benefits of tons of credits. You're going to get shards for characters. You're going to be doing a lot. And it's also going to give you practice at playing your teams. So Galactic War is super, super important for early players. You can do it every single day. It's super nice. And there's a super easy way of doing it, and that is this person right here. So you like the idea of Imperials, you like the idea of just in general having like stormtrooper based characters. This person right here is based around the idea of having troopers that aren't supposed to be good and making them good. And so you take a look at her leadership ability. At the start of the battle, if no other allies have the leader tag, and all are non-droid Imperial trooper allies, they gain a whole bunch of stuff. And that's how all of her abilities are laid out. They're meant to work with specifically troopers that are just so-so. So your Stormtrooper, your Snow Trooper, all of those characters like that are going to be super, super nice for this character. And so if you really have a love for Imperials and you want to have that passion project, that side PP of having these Snow Troopers, these Range Troopers, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and filter by Imperial Trooper. And take a look, make sure, like, you can look at Moff Gideon. You can see here he has the leader tag, so he's not someone you're going to want to put on the team. But, you know, these people like Stormtrooper, going to be great for the team because they have, you know, they are an Imperial Trooper, and they don't have the leader tag. They don't have a droid tag. So, 100% one of the greatest teams in the game for early players being able to get through Galactic War, and it's just a solid team in general. So this is definitely something I would suggest for you to get you into Galactic War and to get you going. In general, Imperials are not a bad farm. I would highly suggest, if you're going heavily into Imperials, go into Imperial Troopers all the way. So have an Iden team. Here, we'll kind of give you a look-see. Obviously, I got a lot of characters here. Ignore most of it. There's a lot here. We're actually just going to make a new tab just to show you. So let's take a look at our first Imperial Trooper team. So if you really like Imperial Troopers, this is my suggestion. Yes, I agree, Dark Trooper does need to get up there. But technically, Dark Trooper does non-bow with Iden Versio here. So literally any troopers without a leader tag. So you could do this, you could do this, you could swap out him for this. Anything you want to do here where they don't have a leader tag, any troopers you want to put in, this is going to be your first Imperial Trooper team. This is a great team just in general. Like, I get holds with this in overall just with this. And you can tell this is not fully leveled up. And these guys are definitely not fully leveled up. And I still get holds in my Grand Arena. I'm in the top, like, 20,000 players, 30,000 players, I think. I'd have to check. Honestly, I might be in the top 100,000. But we'll see. And then your other Imperial Trooper team, if you're looking for Imperial Troopers without, like, the whole... You don't want Darth Vader, you don't want Emperor Palpatine, you kind of want the peons. You're going to go with this team right here. You can throw in him, you can throw in him, but this is kind of going to be your top of the top trooper team. And so this is your other trooper team. You can obviously sub out this guy or this guy if you want to, but honestly, probably the best composition is going to be this right here. And so this team is hugely good in general. It's much better later on. Iden Versio is really good early on, and then kind of plateaus at a certain point, but still really, really good, but they plateau. This team doesn't really plateau because they ramp up damage even harder, but you have to get pretty high level to get that ramping damage. So basically, Iden Versio is good here and all the way through. Imperial Troopers aren't good till here, but then they're even better than the other guys. So those would be the two teams. If you're going for a PP for your Imperial Troopers, for that kind of idea of like not getting boss characters, 100%. The one thing that I do suggest though is you do need a light side team. It's going to be very important throughout the game that you have a light side team just to be able to get through the nodes you need to, so farm the gear that you want to get, as well as to farm some of the characters you're looking for. And so couple starter teams that are fantastic for light side. The first one is going to be Phoenix. So let's get a Phoenix team in here. This is the Phoenix I suggest. Is this right here? Yeah, Iden will always be good. Like, she never becomes bad by any means. You're 100% right, ADP. This right here is my suggestion for most beginner accounts a lot of the times, because this is just a fantastic team and remains fantastic at all times. Another one to start going for that's also kind of easy and on the way, and it contains a lot of great characters that a lot of people love, is this right here. This is a much harder team to get. This is still one of the top teams in the game, even though it's hard to get. Yes, it does. Sovereign Winter is exactly right. With Phoenix, you do need Rex, because Rex is what makes it really pop. So make sure you get that Rex. But even at like 2 stars, it's going to do a lot of work. This right here is great. You could throw any kind of rebels. I could throw, you know, this together, and it's still going to be a good team, because CLS is really great with his leader ability early on. But the team you want to shoot for in the end game is this version of the team. So you have the 2 Chewies, you have Han Solo, you have C-3PO, and you have Commander Luke Skywalker. So this is another great team that you can start working towards right now, because, you know, the requirements for it are not much. Doesn't have to be that much investment. You can get Gear 9 for them, and you can be able to get Commander Luke Skywalker fairly easily. And he's kind of the engine of the team. Clone Wars PP team. Okay, so you want a light side Clone Wars team. So you have a couple options. This one is really good if you have some Zetas, and really good at low gear. So you got Bad Batch right here. This is a solid team at low star, low gear. They can put in a ton of work for you, and will be able to get through most of light side pretty dang easily. So this is a side one. The problem is they start becoming expensive for their gear, because they're not older characters. The newer characters you get, the harder it will be to gear them up. And so Bad Batch was one of the first sets of characters that they started having new characters for. And so this is a great low gear team, but it gets very expensive for the gear wise after you hit level 8, 9, that kind of area, which is why I don't have them highly leveled up. Another one, obviously, this is probably the one I would suggest. If you're looking for Clone Wars stuff, I would say either Padme. And so Padme is literally just any kind of Galactic Republic. So let's take a look at Padme real quick. So this one will require you to do a fairly hard event. So Geonosians will do it. Newt Gunray with his Separatists will do it. Just kind of give him some Separatists like Count Dooku. But you can do something like this to be able to get this team going. And then the 5th really doesn't matter. Just any Galactic Republic ally. So this is another excellent team. So like this is another excellent early team. But if I were to suggest a Clone Wars one for you, out of all of these teams, I think the best one, honestly, for you to go for is going to be this. This is one of the greatest teams early, as soon as you can get to it. So at first, you're going to have to run this, where you're kind of just running these clones by themselves as you work on them. But as you get your fleets better, if you can get this going, this is going to help you a lot. And you can start working on a Galactic Republic fleet. Rex is a pilot, Fives is a pilot, Anakin's a pilot. And so if you love Clone Wars, and especially if you like the guys in white, you know, if you like Stormtroopers, if you like clones, I think this is the team for you. No problem, Dave. We can put you next if you want to still do a roster review. I don't mind. But yeah, so this is a team that just, it's gonna be absolutely banger. Shaak Ti does a ton for the clones. Her whole kit is about helping out clone troopers, and so this is gonna be a great team for you if you're looking for one. The one problem is Shaak Ti takes a while to get, and so you're gonna have to run just some clones by themselves for a while. Not a bad thing though. Yeah, if you do make sure you're doing your Galactic Challenge every day with whatever team you have, you could get Shaak Ti a lot earlier. You're a sucker for clones and stormtroopers, so that is going to be my suggestion then. So Iden Versio, Imperial Troopers, and then Shaak Ti with her clones. So you run Rex lead with the clones, the 501st clones first, and then eventually you'll get to Shaak Ti. Shaak Ti is in the ships, and so make sure you're working on a fleet. I would suggest, if you like the guys in white, I would suggest Galactic Republic fleet, or I would suggest an Empire fleet. Either one that works for you, but it sounds like you kind of want to focus on the Stormtroopers, so I suggest the Galactic Republic fleet. It's not a bad fleet, especially since they've redone the endurance and how it works, and it works for clones the best. And so honestly, this isn't going to be a bad fleet for you. So you just kind of go Galactic Republic, and you're going to try and farm Anakin's ETA, Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter. You can do Clone Sergeants. You got Rex R-170, the Umbaran Starfighter with 5s as the pilot. So you're going to want to start working on these ships when you got time. Shock T Bad Batch is still good, Andy. You are not wrong. I would agree with you, Death Deep. Yeah, that's true. With the event that's happened right now, you should have Bad Batch just kind of lying around. So you might as well use them. So Bad Batch isn't bad either. And you can use Bad Batch with Shock T as well. So, if you're looking for a guild, Dark Ice, go to my Discord. There's a section for looking for guilds. Throw in there that you're looking for a guild as well as your ally code. And you should be able to find yourself a good guild. If you do, you'll start being able to farm Negotiator, which is the best Galactic Republic capital ship. But in general, you know, you've got your kind of focus. So, yeah, it's starting to sour in battles. Yeah, so let me kind of show you just how crazy this team gets for Iden Versio that I'm suggesting to you. So we'll jump into, obviously this isn't going to work too well because this is obviously going to be very painful because it's Jawas. And so Jawas have a specific interaction that makes it so if you attack out of turn, you're kind of screwed. But if I just put in some Iden Versio with some random stormtroopers. So Iden Versio, and we'll just throw in some random troopers that don't have leader tags. And we just throw them in. Because we have all these allies that are not leaders, we're going to gain 100% turn meter. So we will always take the first turn. And then with that first turn, we can either hit this, which dispels all debuffs on Imperial allies, gives them protection up, which basically is 100% of their health they get as bonus protection. And then on top of that, they get Adapt or Die, which Adapt or Die says they gain crit chance up, crit damage, 30 speed, revive with 70% health when defeated, and then if it's dispelled, they recover health and get turn meter and can't be critically hit. Or we can go all in and just call all allies to assist. So this is an excellent team just to start out. You're going to do so much work with this team. It also beefs up just how much these guys deal damage to insane amounts. And they'll also attack out of turn, which is super nice. So, great team, amazing team for you to run. So, hopefully that helps you kind of get you a start, Dark Ice. I would go through and kind of get an idea, build these teams in your squads tab so you can keep track of when you'll get to them. But start farming as much as you can as soon as you can. It's definitely a long haul game, and a new guild, like, one of the biggest things I can possibly suggest is getting into a good guild. Because if you can get into a good guild, you can start farming stuff a lot better. Let's see, guild activity, because you'll have access to a whole bunch of gear through this that you can then farm using just the raid currency that you get. As well as at the very bottom, there's a whole bunch of character shards, and so this is where you can get Han Solo, this is where you can get General Kenobi, this is where you can get Colonel Stark, and so this won't take out of your current farms whatsoever. Snow Troopers in here as well as Rex and Echo are in here, and then if you want to get Cody you can, but 501st Clone Troopers work best together without other clones. But it's up to you, you might want to get Cody, I don't know. But yeah, so this will be a great place for you to get some solid shards for characters, so definitely find yourself a good guild. And your crystals should never be used for packs, your crystals should always be used for energy refreshes to continue your farms. So don't try to focus down on one character at a time, spread it out. Find, 4 or 5 characters that you can farm shards on every single day. Stark with Veers? Yeah, it's more of a personal opinion that people have, is whether you put Stark or Range Trooper. I prefer Range Trooper just because the attacks out of turn add to the Emperor's Trap and all of that, but hopefully that was helpful, Dark Ice. Okay, so you have the basics at least. I wanted to go over kind of everything just in case, because, you know, a lot of people don't know about this stuff, because I remember when I started playing, I remember when I first started playing back in, what was it? It would have been 2018 was the first time I played this game, and I got to level like 63 and then just stopped playing. And like, it was just, I don't know, I kind of sat there and I was like, yeah, I'll buy this pack and get a new character, cool. And so, like, you know, a lot of people kind of waste their resources and don't know what to do, so hopefully it helped, though. Crystals for Chirotex? I mean, I guess. That's not a great deal, honestly, but... okay, okay. Fair enough. Switching out Moff Gideon for Stark, especially if you have another use for Moff Gideon, if you're using like a Gidme kind of team. So, but yeah, awesome. Let's Dave, did you want a roster review, or did you go back to bed? Gosh, Anakin, you are young, my friend. Let's see. How old was I when it was 2018? I was 21 at the time. I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. If Dave is not here, yeah, DMTG has changed the team a ton. Hey, Black Knight, we're gonna jump into your roster. If Dave shows up, we'll give him a roster review. Oh, yes. Okay, sweet. Dave is here. We're going to do Dave real quick, and then we'll get to you, Black Knight. Fun times. 16 to 17. Back when I would sleep in my car to get out of school. Okay, so Dave, you're finishing Ray's ult. You're working on SLKR and Assault Battle teams. Short and Omegas and Zetas right now, aren't we all, buddy? Assault Battle teams, that's wild. I don't think I've ever seen someone... Well, okay, yes, I have seen someone. In fact, I've done it before myself. But it's been a long time since I've seen someone pushing for Assault Battle teams. If he fell asleep again. Okay, so let's take a look at kind of what you have going. So I am seeing a Resistance Lightspeed bundle, and I'm going to guess a First Order Lightspeed bundle. Yep, First Order Lightspeed bundle. So you have the Lightspeed bundles. Did you get the Rebel one? Yes, you got the Rebel one. Okay, and you have the Rex. I do love seeing a Rex. Solid. I love Assault Battles. Yeah. It's a fun little thing to do, that's for sure. I do like seeing the Relic 5 Savage. Just want to grow my account. Yeah, fair. 100% fair. And like a lot of the teams that are the best teams for Assault Battles are typically some of the best teams in the game. Like CLS is the best one for the Rebel Assault Battle. That's like an early on team. Obviously, I'm not going to suggest like Leia. But... you know, CLS is kind of the best one for that. And so you're building one of the top meta teams right there. I do love seeing the Relic 5 Wampa. You're doing great there. Let's take a look at your Dark Trooper. So this is something I would like to see at some point soon, is I would like to see a Relic 5 Dark Trooper. It'll help complement this this team a lot. I actually do want to take a look. Yeah, you got all of them. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Assault Battles do give you a lot of good shards early on. I do like the speed on your Piet. I want to see it around 330 eventually, but 317 is very respectable. You just finished Executor. Okay, okay. Side farm for you. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I'm loving this account, dude. You are taking the time, and I love to see that. The fact that you have a Relic 5 BAM says a lot. Like, that is awesome, dude. I was going to Dr. J. I was going to use my money from this from this channel, the money I get each month from this channel, and I was going to use it to buy the Battlefront collection, but I put it up to a vote for everyone to see if the members wanted to do a member game night on the Battlefront collection or wait till it was fixed before we do that, and they decided to wait for it to be fixed, and I was 100% fine with that, because honestly, it's super broken. But it looks like the first patch was a great step in the right direction. So there is hope, and so I am very, very down to go play it, and I want to replay the campaign so bad. I love the Battlefront 2 campaign. But yeah, the fact that you have an echelon at 6 stars is great. Overall, Dave, I'm really impressed with your account. You're doing a great job of committing to side farms and getting just individual characters, which is something I miss a lot. I would like to see this Starkiller have there as much conflict in you. You need this Omicron. It does so much. I don't care if you get any of the other Zetas, any of the other Omicrons. There is much conflict in you needs to be on here as soon as possible. It'll immediately make it a GL killer squad. It's going to be fantastic for this account. So definitely something to look at. Yeah, I want to buy it, but it's broken. I might throw a YouTube link, like a channel, to just the Discord to show just how broken it is. So love that Anakin lava crawler. Gotta love the hyperdrive bundles. Andy, I had an aneurysm trying to read that. I gotta be honest. But yes, you're correct, Andy. I just had an aneurysm trying to understand what Tim Key is before I read the rest of the statement. Okay, let's take a look at your mods just a bit. So I love seeing Resistance Hero Finn and Piet here. I'm guessing that you have if you have Resistance Hero Finn fast, I'm guessing you do have a Zori lying around. Yeah, you do. Do you have the Finn Zeta? Okay. Your next Zeta, I highly suggest putting on Finn. And I highly suggest putting your next Omicron on There Is Much Conflict in You. Those, I think, are two big things that will help this account a lot. Because you'll immediately have a Finn Zori team that's absolutely banger on defense. You'll have a Rey team on defense or offense, whatever you choose to do. And then also you're going to have an amazing Starkiller team. So those are a couple things that I think are huge. Relic material packs, absolutely. I think those are great, great uses of your crystals. I mean, I'd be down, Dr. J. I mean, I'd be down to just invite you and we'll just play the Battlefront collection together. That's what I plan on doing, is I plan on doing a member stream where we do all of the we'll probably do a public stream so everyone can watch. And then we'll do members just all together. We'll get in a Discord together and play some Battlefront against each other. Maybe do a Galactic Conquest if we can do it. I don't know how Galactic Conquests work, if they did 64 players for that too, but I'd be so down to do that with my members. So, yeah, Relic Sauvage is huge amounts of, like, I have a lot of respect for you. But yeah, so two big things right there is that Relic and that Zeta. I think that is super helpful. Sorry, I am getting a little sidetracked, Dave, and I'll try to get through this so you can go back to sleep. I do like seeing Mara Jade this high. I would like to see her around 330. And it looks like you do have a solid mod fall off where your mods are really great at the top, but then they start to drop really hard. So keep working on your mods. Consider dropping a couple crystal refreshes into mod energy just to kind of catch up, because the light speed bundles wiped us all out. Yeah, next step is to renew the good old membership. Exactly. Let's take a look at kind of your ships in general. Your first order's done. Yeah, so overall, I'm not really seeing a problem with your account right now. If I were to give you direction as to where you should go next, I definitely think JML is probably the next character I'd go for after SLKR. Who's the character I want to look at? Oh yeah, I want to look at your Hux versus your First Order Officer. Okay. This is something that as you're prepping for getting SLKR, I do highly suggest getting your First Order Officer slightly faster than your Hux. It helps a ton in the event, getting SLKR's ultimate. It also is super helpful in the Lord Vader battles, and it's super helpful against Jabba as well. So very, very good thing to get done. You're working on mods now. Perfect. That's what I love to see. Characters that I want to see faster. BB-8, I think you can drop some speed off of BB-8. BB-8 is a character that we drop off at some point. You know, you use him with Rey right now, but then as soon as we get Ben, as soon as we get Cal Kestis, as soon as we use L3, we're dropping BB-8 off the list. So I think you can drop some speed off of him if you want to remod another character. I would like to see Sabine Wren near the top. I like seeing Grief Karga and Bosk near the top. Dash Rendar's a great one. Queel's a great one. Eventually Jedi Knight Revan should be up there. But, I mean, you only have a Gear 11, no Zetas. I get it. You can leave it for as long as you need to. But overall, loving where your account is going, and going for JML will get you that assault battle team you're looking for, where you'll have one for the Rebels, because you'll get CLS, and then on top of that, you're getting Jedi Knight Luke to go with your Jedi Knight Revan, and so it'll just be kind of a solid farm in general. But yeah, solid account, dude. I love seeing what you're doing, and you're doing great at, like, you know, doing these side farms and getting things done. So just keep going. Definitely come back. I'd love to see how this account kind of goes from here. Glad you woke up for your roster review. Okay, I only have about 18 minutes left, so we're gonna try and get through our last roster review, and then if anyone else needs anything, we can do it. But we're coming to a close, guys. Black Knight. How's this working for you? Is it doing good? I haven't really I don't have one, and I haven't gotten one, and I don't know if I'll get one anytime soon. I'm gonna try for one, but I've already got the Bane Cron, and I'm trying for a Keller and Beck Cron really hard. So we'll see if I have time to get this. I'm gonna try. Yeah, no problem, Dave. Welcome back, Bombardment. Welcome, welcome. Did you... I'm trying to remember. Are you still struggling? No, you got your Afro. I thought so. Congratulations on the Afro, dude. That's huge. I love seeing that. It's not bad. It's fun. Sweet. Have you been able to take out any GLs with it? Like, what have you been able to take out with it? Yeah, rank 45 with a Sidious Cron does look pretty sexy. You're not wrong. Okay, you just finished Dr. Afro and you got Sidious to Relic 6. After you get Sidious to Relic 7, I'll be focusing on getting B2 and IG-88 are up to Relic for Afro's team, as well as I'm working on Profundity. Which of the Zetas and Omis should I put on Afro first? You are asking a question that I don't know the answer to, but I can help you figure it out. If my game wouldn't crash. So you haven't had much success with Rey and SLKR specifically. Which, I mean, any solo versus SLKR, and you're basically done. Mike, I wish I had good news for you. I really, really wish I did. So, here. Let's open up our new squad tab we made. For Dark Ice, and we're gonna open up our bounty hunters. If you're willing to drop the Territory War Omicron, this right here can give you some really great Lord Vader counter, and just in general Boba Fett with just any kind of bounty hunters in Territory War, if you're willing to drop Omicrons, is going to be good. But unfortunately he's not great by himself. I typically just give him my leftover bounty hunters from my Executor farm on a team, and I don't make him the lead because his lead's not great outside of Territory War. In Territory War, it's fantastic. Outside of Territory War without the Omicron, it's not very good. And so I kind of just give him a just kind of remnants team like this. It doesn't really get holds, but it baits out some stuff. So I really wish I could. You did no research. That's rough. Also, I will prepare you now. Most people call him Boba Fett, Scion of Donuts. But regardless, yeah. So with the Territory War Omicrons, I get, you have those. That means in Territory War you can throw him with any bounty hunters and he's going to be a solid team. If you put him with Fennec Shand, he's going to be amazing in Territory Wars. Fennec Shand's a great character for him. But honestly, he's mostly you put him with leftover bounty hunters in Grand Arena. It's kind of sad. I wish there was a great place for him. So sounds good, Mike. Yeah, I wish I had better news for you. I really do. Because like Boba was like my favorite character in old canon, or not my favorite, but one of my favorites, and like I loved the stories about him, I loved the books about him, but unfortunately not only did they gut the Boba Fett show, but they also gutted the kit of Boba Scion of Jango. I definitely think he needs a rework. So yes, Dad Bod Boba is another thing he's called. So yeah. So Bam, great character with him. Fennec, great character with him. He's also not bad in 3v3 with Tusken Raiders, if you want to go that route. So another route for you, if you want to go Grand Arena, is Tusken Raiders. I don't remember who it is. I'm going to be honest. Let's take a look. Is it you? There you go. ADP coming in with the exact information. Thank you. Jax the Bunny. I don't even know who Jax the Bunny is. Yeah, right here. While in 3v3 Grand Arena, Boba Fett, Scion of Jango counts as a Tusken ally. If there's no character in the ally slot at the start of the battle, Boba Fett, Scion of Jango's payout is active and he can't lose momentum stacks except through expiration. So if you want a place to use him for 3v3, this is another option, is throwing him in a Tusken team. So you throw him with Tusken Warrior and Tusken Chieftain. And so this is your 3v3 team. But good news, Mike, even if you can't use him, your guild's gonna love you because he is a requirement for Rise of the Empire. He is one of the platoonable characters, and that's why I have him at Relic 6. So, good news at least. Okay, where were we? We were in the middle of someone's roster review. Sorry, my ADHD got the best of me. Oh, yes, that's right. We're going to check Afra for you and take a look at the Zetas and Omicrons, in which order you should do them. Black Knight, do you want me to give you my opinion or do you want me to cheat? I'll give you the option. Yeah, I'm glad you're at least getting some use out of him, Mike. But yeah, it's painful. This is my account. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, why am I looking? Oh, it's because I'm looking for Afra. Sorry, my ADHD's going wild. I've been on stream for too long, guys. I'm sorry. My brain's starting to go to mush. Okay, you want me to cheat and give you an opinion? Okay, I'm gonna cheat.
If you don't know.
Okay. Oh gosh, did he change how this formats? Because I have no idea what I'm doing then. Okay. 5v5 teams. All Zetas ranked. Okay. I really don't like how this is set up. Let's go. We are looking for Dr. Afra. Okay, here we go. Dr. Afra's suspended doctrine is the top priority Omicron. Dr. Afra's suspended doctorate is the top priority Zeta, and Droid Savant is the top priority Zeta. So let's take a look at those and kind of see what they do. 24-hour subathon where I'm like going insane. Oh, dude. I don't even know what a subathon is, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch many streamers myself. About the only ones I watch are Galaxy Heroes streamers. So I'd have to look up what entails in a subathon. But, I mean, if the people want it, the people shall have it. I don't know. That's the problem, is I don't want to deal with the best of everything. I just want to look for her team. So, here we go. Quick, before it shuts off, how do I mod Jedi Knight Luke? Offense, some offense, and more offense. And maybe some crit chance. Just as much offense as you can pour into him. I'd even give him an offense arrow with like 15 speed over a 30 speed arrow. So. Yeah, a membership-a-thon. A member-thong. I don't want to see that. Okay. Anyways. Let's take a look at what these mean. So obviously the suspended doctorate is the first one. That is what they are suggesting. So let's go take a look at Dr. Afra. This game is not on PC technically, but this thing that I'm using right here. So I'll pull it down so you can see it. This right here that I have right here. Oh, it's not letting me move it for some reason. I don't like that. Can I move this one at least? Yeah, there you go. So this right here is called BlueStacks, and so it emulates having a phone. And so I play it on my PC so that way I can record it for you guys super, super easily without having to use a phone. So right here, this is BlueStacks, and so it emulates a phone. So if I click here, it looks like a phone home screen. You know, I can pull up the whole thing where I can close apps by swiping them. And so this is BlueStacks. So if you want to use something like this, you 100% can, Dark Ice. There's not an actual way to play this game on PC, but BlueStacks is how I do it. So, works really, really well. Okay, back to Dr. Afra. Cowabunga it is. Okay, so the suspended doctorate is her leader ability, and so that Zeta will give her... Let's see. Basically, turn meter to BT and trip. Dark side ally is droid, Darth Vader, or Chrysanthemum. They gain instead 10% offense for one turn. Okay, so basically it makes BT and trip gain turn meter, and then it makes other allies that are droids, Darth Vader or Chrysanthemum, gain 10% offense for one turn. And Afra instead gains 10 siphon. So basically it'll build up her siphon faster, as well as give BT and Trip turn meter. And then, of course, this is going to be huge, I'm guessing. 50% critical avoidance plus 30 speed, which is also helpful. 50% potency. Whenever a dark side droid or dark side scoundrel ally inflicts a debuff on an enemy, they gain turn meter 10%. While enemies are debuffed, they have minus 20% tenacity. So you're able to apply debuffs much easier. So that's the big one that people are saying that you should get. Droid Savant is the number 2 Zeta, so we'll take a look at what that does. At the start of Afra's turn, Dark Side Droid, Dark Side Scoundrel, Darth Vader, and Chrysanthemum allies gain 30% defense, offense, tenacity based on her potency till the start of her next turn. Which is really gross because she siphons potency. So this is going to keep increasing. So I can see why this would be the number 2 Zeta to put on her. I honestly might think about putting this one on first before the Omicron, honestly. So I might actually go Droid Savant followed by Suspended Doctrine, because this feels like it might be a little bit more important, honestly. Hacked Commando Droid ally instead gains 60%. So I definitely think this is the one I would go with. So I do Droid Savant, and then I would do Suspended Doctorate plus the Omicron, if I were to give you an order. And then everything else is obviously secondary. Yeah. So yeah, that would be my suggestion to you, Black Knight. Where are you for, did you get Executor already, Black Knight? I can't remember. Yeah, it's true, Andy. You're not wrong. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, Anakin, if you want to go ahead and send me a ally code, like an ally invite, I 100% can. My ally code should be in that chat right now. Like, that's an ally code that you can just go and send it to. It's in there. It should be, like, literally the top of the chat. You're going for Profundity because everyone already has Executor. I mean, Executor mirror matches aren't bad. Especially because you have this little guy right here. This basically makes 100% win rate Executor matches. And so it's not a bad thing to have Executor. So honestly, I might go for Executor first. I don't think Profundity is a bad thing. But like, you have Razor Crest done. You have IG-2000 at 5 stars. And you're relicking IG-88 to go with your Afra team. And you have everything done but TIE Bomber. So I would honestly probably pivot if I were you to Executor and get it, because you have the Ebon Hawk, so you're not going to have any problems getting it. And honestly, going for Executor into Profundity is never going to be a bad thing. If you get both of those ships, that will not only keep you in the top echelon of your fleet arena, that will also allow you to get up to a Rhodium so incredibly easily in Grand Arena. So, not a bad thing by any means. But a little side note, you are very, very close to Executor for the ship-wise. You're already getting one of the relic characters just off of the fact that you want them for Afra. So I don't know. I think Executor might fit in your account a little bit better. It's up to you, though. If you're really gunning for the Profundity, I get it. Everyone wants the titties. You know? A PP for the titties, not a bad thing. Critical damage or offense? I think critical damage. I don't even think mine's actually, you know, perfect mods by any means. Because I still haven't finished my Jedi Knight Luke. I don't even have Zetas yet. Yeah, I went crit damage. I don't think there's anything in his kit that disagrees with crit damage. I think crit damage is the way to go. Yeah, because he doesn't deal true damage at all, does he? Yeah, I guess he does deal true damage. But I'm pretty sure that overall, that's the common suggestion. We can check right here. JKL. Yeah, so he's thinking about going for the Profundity instead of Executor, Andy. And I suggested Executor because he's already getting the characters for it. So let's take a look. We are looking for best mods, and the triangle is crit damage with an 86%. So yeah, I would go crit damage over offense. Offense is still going to be good, but crit damage almost always overshadows it unless they're dealing a lot of true damage. And so, like, for instance, if you're playing with the Mandalorians, you want more offense than crit damage because true damage can't crit. So offense health is not the way to go. That is the way that I have it because it's the mods I had on hand. The most common is offense crit chance, just like I said. So there you go. But yeah, offense health is second, and it's at 29%, so it's still not a bad thing. But it's up to you. I wanted to give him a little bit more beefiness with his health because, you know, I didn't have him the relic levels I need him to be. So I'll leave it up to you, which you choose. But technically, the meta is offense crit chance. Yeah, awesome. And we kind of finished that up just in time because I am hitting 9 o'clock where I should be getting off. And, you know, doing solid work, my friends. Okay. we gotta, you know, do our closing stuff, you know. But yeah, Black Knight, did you have any other questions, or is that good for you? Let's get this set up. Okay, sounds good. Sounds like you're doing good. Reaver, I sent you an ally request. Okay, let's check if I can see it. Nice, Death Deep. Hiding under the wire. Okay, here we go. Accept. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. We're gonna get our outro song in here. Okay, we still have our damn sugar daddy that is ADP, currently at $34 for the last 30 days. Thank you so much, ADP, for being our damn sugar daddy. For all of you who have donated today, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. For those who have become members, love you too. If you want to consider becoming a member, there's a link in the description. Got a lot of fun things. We're planning on a member game night as soon as they fix, you know, the Battlefront collection. I really want to do some stuff for that kind of thing. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks to all of you that showed me your rosters. It always gives me a chance to look at, you know, maybe what I'm doing wrong with my roster. But it was good to see all of you. It was great to meet you, Dark Ice, and I wish you luck in your Stormtrooper-filled account. I love all of you guys, and you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys in the next video.